Hello, everybody. We're live, I think. I hope.
I'm gonna go check.
And
We're
today
good.
we
What up,
have
y'all?
a very exciting stream. I think this is the most excited for a live stream that I've ever been, actually. A lot of big updates to share with you. I've got two different builds to go through. We've got Cedric here, our level designer, to hang out with us, which I don't think you've been on the main stream before, Cedric. You've been on like a different one we did, right? But I don't think you've been on the main one.
No, I haven't. And I mean, not even with my face. I haven't
That's
been
true.
putting my face out for a little
That's
bit.
true.
So there we are. What's up? What's up?
Hello,
ribeye.
So yeah, lots of exciting things. I got two builds. I got one build that I'm gonna test now, which is the one you see on the screen. That's the one we're gonna release to you guys tomorrow. There's not a ton new, but there's like some camera settings, some new trails. Cedric has been working hard over here in this new section. Lots of new fun little things over here. And he's probably gonna end up doing more before tomorrow. And then
Yep.
I've got another build I'm gonna show you guys that has the new rider model in it. It's a work in progress. It's janky. I've also got some renders that Maggie made of the rider model that looks even better than the one that's in the game. So we'll show those. What else was there? Oh, I worked on the progression system yesterday, and I've come up with a design that I'm really actually happy with, and we could talk about that if you guys want to hear about that. So a lot of things happening today. Teasing the new build, teasing the new rider, teasing the new progression system, hanging out with Antgrass. It's gonna be a fun day.
I'm excited to hear about the progression system. I mean, I'm excited to see the rider and stuff too. I've only gotten a glimpse at this point, but I really want to hear what you have in mind for the progression system. I know you spent the better part of yesterday working on that. Yeah, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. That's like kind of what I focused on yesterday, which is why social's been a little slower. Dude, this ramp is pissing me off now.
We gotta fix that.
Yeah, we will. But I'm excited about it, and I'm, a lot of times dude, it's like almost every time now. A lot of times when I design stuff, there's like, Brian knows this because we've designed stuff for the last decade plus together, but a lot of times there's like things you're just like, man, there's this one part of it that I don't love, and we got to figure out a way to fix it. And like a lot of times designs have like a couple outlier things, and it's kind of, but this one just feels clean and good, and I'm super confident in it, and I don't know, it's the most excited I've been of something I think I've designed in quite a while. So I'm pumped about it, and I hope you guys are too.
Calvin says there's an echo on the guy on the left, but I don't know from his view who the guy on the left is. Is that Joe we're talking about?
It's probably me. Hold on, let me fix.
Thank you, Calvin.
Now Joe isn't aware, but if you wanted to, I mean, I was thinking about this. We have the ramp feature. You can place down ramps again. So if the first ramp on that trail is pissing you off, you can totally just put another one on there. With the drone.
Yeah. Brian, they're asking where they can get it. If you want to answer that, I'll try to figure out this.
Yeah, I was just going to do that. First of all, Rafi says Cranked has such big potential. Thank you. We think so too, and we're going to do what we can to realize that potential for sure. Where can you get it? Basically, the way you can play Cranked now is by supporting us on Patreon. If you look on your screen, you'll see the URL, patreon.com/c/crankedgame. If you go there, you can support us. Even the lowest form of paid support is only $5 a month. That's in the US. It changes depending on where you are, but it's around that price. And you will get whatever build is available now and every build that's available for the rest of that month. And you get to keep those for good, even if you only subscribe for 1 month. If you accumulate a total level of support of $50 over time, you'll get a key for the game when we release it officially. And, if you don't like it, just let us know and we refund your money. Like if you support us for a month and it's not your thing, we realize asking somebody to support us on Patreon is a little bit unconventional. So, if you do it and you're just like, yeah, not for me, don't like it, just let us know on Patreon, via Patreon, and we will refund that money. So you're not out anything. Did I miss anything, fellas?
No, I think we're good. Hopefully the echo's gone. TikTok live studio keeps adding an extra mic that I don't want it to do. So I removed it now. I don't know. Should we just dive into the fun stuff, or do we like wait? I don't know. It's like, do we test this build for a little bit first?
Let's talk to Cedric a little bit first, maybe, since it's the first time we've had him on, and people have been, a lot of folks have been kind of paying attention to his trails and riding his trails. But Cedric, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself first of all, like where you're from and what you do with your time besides building trails and cranked, etc.
Well, I mainly, so I first of all, the guys kind of got me in the team because I've been working hella on the Descenders modding community back when that was a whole thing. I think like from 2019 to 2023, I was really into that. And I made a bunch of cool stuff, including like Igloo Bike Park. And yeah, people really enjoyed that stuff, and so did Joe and Brian. So I'm kind of in the team now to make the level design. But I am mainly at the minute. It's my time is kind of 50-50. It's half cranked, half music. I'm a musician mostly as well, and that's kind of where I get the name of the trails as well. Funnily enough, I've been naming trails with the lyrics of songs I like and stuff. If ever people are curious about that. And yeah, currently working on the beginner side of the mountain right now. Like Joe's right now kind of shredding on a bit of a harder trail, but earlier in the stream, a lot easier trails, stuff that is made for people to kind of get a grasp on how the game works and everything. You know, a trail made for cornering, a trail that kind of lets you get to know the controls and everything. And I was also working on like a jump trail and a tech trail, like your first jump and tech trail that you'll ever hit in the game and shit like that. So there you go. That's kind of what I've been up to with the game and everything else.
Nice. Alois, thank you for the follow. If y'all are finding us on TikTok for the first time, please do consider following us. You can kind of watch as we develop this game in public. It's, what are we, Joe? Day 181?
181.
Today's the day 181 of making this game. So I think generally speaking, you wouldn't even see a game when it's only 181 days in. That's something that's a little different about our effort, is we actually are showing everything we do. So, you know, you'll notice the graphics and the environment, etc., are pretty simple. That stuff's all placeholder. The bike is something we made. That's the Frameworks bike. All I do with my spare time these days, guys, is watch anything on YouTube I can find where I can watch somebody crushing a Frameworks bike, just destroying a mountain on a Frameworks bike. I just think it's the coolest looking bike I've ever seen in my entire life. Maybe a little biased, but.
Yo, what up, Riley? Yo, Ingress.
So this is part of the new section. This is gonna be like a new kind of intro to tech trail, I guess. Maybe is that what you think, Cedric?
Yep. So yeah, that trail is kind of like a first introduction to tech, as well as like first introduction to racing overall. There's a bit of jumps and stuff like that, and there's like Joe before the stream was actually talking to me about it, but there's like your first kind of like secret path / line to go get faster time using. There's like at the very top of the trail. We can get, yeah, pull the drone out. Pull the drone out.
Yeah, so right here.
Right there. So
you can hit this kicker.
It's over the berm. Yeah. If you have enough speed, you can totally jump all over to the left, transition into that downside, and then a bit of rocks, and then you take that sharp turn in, and you save like probably 2 seconds right there, which is huge, especially for the length of that trail. So it's first introduction to that kind of thinking for the players that aren't so used to that. You know, you get the silver medal when you get to the bottom. You're like, how much more speed can I, or how much more time can I save? And then you find that thing, and I think that could be very rewarding. So put that in there. So yeah, a beginner introduction to racing and then tech as well, kind of trail.
Will this be on Steam? James asks if this will be on Steam. Yeah, right now you can wish list it on Steam. So if y'all haven't wish listed it on Steam, please consider doing so. But yeah, we'll have it on Steam, early access on Steam. Maybe, I mean, likely I would say the free demo we do will be on Steam as well. And we're hoping for the end of the year. Are we still kind of pushing for December, Joe? It sounds like I know it's been discussed in the last couple of days.
I've been telling people winter. I think it'll be somewhere between December and February.
Okay. So that'll be on Steam probably. Yeah.
Captain Jack's asking if there's new camera stuff. Yeah, Zach's been tweaking camera stuff. So the build you guys will get tomorrow, I think, has some new stuff. Like the lock to bike setting, I think, is new. That makes things look a little different. Also, he like tweaked the third person thing, and my settings might be different than your settings, so that might look different as well. But yeah, they're definitely a bit different than before. So we'll release that tomorrow. But tomorrow's build will mostly just be kind of some new settings. I think you guys don't have the Imperial. Why do I have it on the wrong one? I like Imperial. I don't think you guys have that yet, or do you? I forget. But yeah, it's been, I think, 3 weeks since we released the build, so we'll release one tomorrow. And then I'm hoping next week we can release kind of the first version of the new rider build, which we're going to tease here in a little bit. But right now it's a little too wonky still and buggy to release it to you guys. So I've got to fix it up. But it's good enough to tease, I think.
Rafi Doodle requests that you ride the hardest trail at some point, Joe. Just an FYI, you can put that in your pocket there.
This is probably the hardest trail on this map, so I'll ride this one. There's another hard trail on the other map called Calagrotten.
James, Ezra, and Braden, thank you guys for the follow.
A lot of people asking about bike types as well.
Yeah, right now we're working on the downhill bike, but even Cedric and I were talking about this last night. You know, our plan to add more bikes, and part of the progression system that I just designed yesterday includes the bike progression, so we can talk about that later. But our plan will be to have different bike classes like downhill, enduro, trail, hopefully a dirt jumper, maybe even a BMX someday. And players will have to unlock those, but they'll unlock them kind of in their choosing, in their order they want. And players are gonna have a lot of freedom in this game to kind of play the game how you want. I think that's kind of what makes you know, I think that's the most fun, is when you have choices to kind of play it the way you want. So we'll talk about that a little later. But yeah, we'll have different bike types, and they'll have different physical attributes. And then within each bike type, like say the downhill version, there might be, you know, 5 or 10 different downhill branded bikes, and you can unlock, you know, those separately, but they will all perform the same. So every bike within a class will perform the same. But, you know, our hope is to get like multiple different brands in the game and have ways for players to unlock different brands. So if you want to ride the Santa Cruz bike, you know, you work to unlock that bike. If you want to ride a Frameworks bike, you work to unlock that one, you know, whatever.
Casper wants to know who of the three of us is the fastest in real life. I'm probably almost definitely the slowest. I don't know how fast you are, Cedric. Joe is definitely faster than I am, though. That's for sure.
In real life or in the game?
In real life.
In real life, boy, I am slow.
So it might be between me and Cedric in real life. I don't know. We'd have to see. But then that means Joe's the fastest of us then.
No, Joe's probably the fastest. I did like BMX racing mostly as a kid, so you put me on a tech trail. I know how to go down and everything, like on a more natural trail, but like I might struggle, you know. I'm not used to the bumps. I think for 8 years I did BMX racing, and then only 3 years I did mountain biking, more hobby. I didn't get incredible at it, but you know, hitting some single black, double black trails rarely ever. So a lot of people asking about multiplayer as well. I saw. What's the plan on that at the minute?
Multiplayer's it'll be worked on after the third person and all that kind of stuff is done, which is what we're working on now. So hopefully sometime early next year, I'm hoping multiplayer will be in the game and available for you guys.
Yeah.
At least the first
Cracked
version
Kermit.
of it.
Sorry, Joe.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Cracked Kermit says this sounds exactly what he thought Descenders was supposed to be. I know that part of the reason that we made this game is because Joe, longtime mountain biker, just didn't really have a game that felt to him like it feels when you're actually riding. So that's what we're going for. If that's kind of what you're looking for, then stick with us. You know, follow us, maybe wishlist us on Steam, or even better, support us on Patreon. You can play it right now, and you'll see what we're going for. It's already so fun to play. Obviously, the game's going to develop a lot, and we're going to have a lot more trails. Thanks, Angrass, Cedric here, and the art is starting to come along now. We're going to unveil the first riders that we've actually done. What you're seeing now is placeholder slop, but you'll see the first version of an actual in-game rider a little bit later in the stream. You start to see what the art style is going to look like.
Yeah, it's dope.
A lot of people are asking how much. We don't know what like the final version of the game will be. It's still a ways away, and we're in pre-alpha right now. But you can get it now for $5, as little as $5 on our Patreon, which you'll see the URL on the screen, or there's a link in the bio or in the description too.
Thanks for adding braking bumps. I love the braking bumps, and there's a couple places now with braking bumps, and I hope we have more later.
Yep. I think I've been mainly using them to pace the trails, or like if it's like at the end of the trail or at the start of a trail and you're coming in like hot, no matter what you do, like I'm like, all right, I gotta indicate that like you're supposed to brake, and it also will help you brake by just slowing you down a little bit and so on. So
Dude, I love how you
it's
put
kind
a
of
little
live with them
extra
though.
W when you say the word hot. You're like hot, hot. I can't even do it,
I
but I
had to
like
put
it.
some
I like
emphasis
it, dude.
there. No, but coming out of that, the upper section on the new part of the trail, the new part of the map, you're
Yeah,
getting to that beginner section, and you're going like 70 kilometers an hour, and you're supposed to get
okay,
in
let
this
me
trail
go.
hub. Like, it's kind of scary.
I'll go show it to
So I
people.
mean, hot is like a you're coming in fucking steaming.
There's a
It's
couple.
just fast.
Actually, there's like 3 places of braking bumps now because you've also got them right here, which I'll hit.
Yeah, these
So
ones.
you can like hit this, and this slows you down nice for this tech section,
Yeah, exactly.
which I
And I
didn't
mean,
slow
like you're
down
still
enough.
pretty fast into it. There's some liberty you can take. Like, I don't want to be annoying about it. Like if I made it slow down to 0 kilometers an hour, it could be boring. If you want to stay going pretty fast into it, it's at your discretion, and I like that more than straight up slowing down.
Yeah, I dig it. And then the next set's coming up. If I don't screw this up.
Yeah. Forgot about this trail.
This trail's fun. I think you should make a race trail that takes this and then connects it into the new beginner tech. I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
This would be like a little motorway section. And then cruise into here, more braking bumps.
Yeah.
And then
These
I
ones are
think,
not even that long. They're kind of just like indicators to go like, hey, you're coming into this.
and then
I
it could
want to make
drop
them a
into
bit
this,
longer
dude.
though, but
I think that'd be sick.
yeah.
JDP, thank you for sharing the live on TikTok. I very much appreciate it. If you guys are on TikTok and you think your friends might be interested in this game, please consider sharing or following us over there.
Oh, so I got a question. Where's Erin? Erin, you in the chat over there?
Yeah, she's there. She's in YouTube.
Because I don't want to display this rider without Erin for some reason. I feel like,
Let's make sure you're still here, and I think so. She just said something a couple minutes ago, so I think she's around. What up, Everett?
because we're showing off the rider female, and I'm pretty sure Erin's like maybe the only female in our community right now. So we need a woman's take on our woman model.
We had a
Babe.
woman named Sarah subscribed
nice.
to the game a couple of days ago, so hopefully she'll show up on Discord, but it's
Oh,
mostly
there's Erin.
dudes.
Been making a quesadilla, making a bean quesadilla. Nice. Hold on, let me. Maggie messaged me again. I want to see what she just sent me. So you guys
Oscar's
chat.
here.
Oh, she sent me the dude.
Dylan, thank you for the follow. Sawyer Blue, thanks so much for sharing the live. Really appreciate you guys for that. He Who Crapped, thank you for following us, dude. I assume it's a dude because I don't think a woman would have that username. I kind of changed it a little bit.
Captain Jack says, "What music are you making, Cedric, and how can I listen to it?" This is a YouTube side question. Can I plug in my Spotify? Can I put my Spotify link into the YouTube chat?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
dude.
of course.
I'm in a like a screamo metal band thing, and I yell very hard.
Yeah, and I was in high school, and we're bringing the band back together, and I think I want to try to convince Cedric to bring one of his bands down to Chicago to open for us because I think that'd be fun.
Chicago's awesome. I'd be down.
I think we should make
I'll
it
check with
happen.
the guys.
I don't think I can wait any longer to show off this new rider. So, should we do it?
Cool.
Or do we want to do something else? What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We could always. I mean, I think whenever you feel like sharing it, share it.
All right. First thing we're going to do, because it looks better in the renders. Maggie has some renders that she sent me, and it looks better in the renders than it does in the game right now. So I'm going to show you guys 2 different video render things. We'll look at those first.
Chili.
Then after that,
thank you, man.
Then after that, I'll load up a different build, and we'll play with the new rider. We'll give Zach some feedback on it. The movements are in there. The first version's work in progress. It's janky, but we need to give him some feedback, so we'll do that together. So without further ado, first I want to say that Maggie did a really good job. Like, it's weird that I get kind of emotional over this. It's a video game. It seems silly, but like this has been a dream of mine, and seeing these things come to life, it's pretty crazy. Like, it means a lot to me, and she did an amazing job, and I'm super proud of her. This is weird that I'm getting emotional over a video game, but who cares? Here we go.
Damn. I really like this. That's awesome.
I think she's awesome. She doesn't have a name yet. We probably need to come up with a name. But here's the first render. I'll show you the next one here in a minute once it's done looping.
Aaron likes Joe, FYI, so that's a good sign.
Absolutely. Thanks, Aaron. So, you know, there's still some things that need to be fixed and adjusted. It's a work in progress, but this is, you know, this is what we're seeing for the first time. So let me pop up the other one. I think this one's different. McKay, big up in the gingers.
Hey, Makai's also about to hop on a flight, so you showed this before he was out of internet. He's stoked.
But yeah, I'm super happy with how these turned out. I think Maggie did an amazing job. I think she looks awesome. You know, there'll be more clothing styles and other options in the future. This is kind of where it's at for the time being. I'm trying to think, did I play the same one twice, or did I play both? But anyway, she's rad. So let's load up while that's still looping. I'm gonna load up the other version. Is this the right?
Choopy Homie on TikTok. Connect with me on Discord if you want to talk about that.
No, wrong version again. Hold on. You guys keep looking at her while I pull up the right version of the game.
Sam's loving the new rider. Everybody on all of our regular players that we know of who hang out with us every week seem to be pumped so far.
Yeah. I was looking at the YouTube site right now.
Yeah. Glad you guys like her. All right. Now we get to giggle at the ridiculous hair in the game. I'm going to show you guys in a second. Here we go. The hair in the game, it'll pop up in a second. There it is. So here she is in the game.
It's the first I've seen this. What?
Yeah.
What's up with her shoulders?
That's her hair, dude. That's not shoulders. That's her hair.
Oh, that's her hair. I thought it was angel wings.
It's gonna get fixed. So this is the old hair. She's got new hair, as you guys saw. So ignore the hair for now. But you know, you can see there's like movement now. The rider's not just stiff. We've got to work on some things.
Oh
but
yeah, she's moving around. Nice.
Let me just go cruise around for a bit and show you guys.
Cool.
It already looks a lot better with the player movements. Like the leaning is nice. Oh my god, Joe.
There's some, you know, it's a work in progress. Very first version with her in it. Today is the very first build with the new rider. So it's gonna have some things, but
yeah, the hair is kind of crazy.
While you're riding, Joe, let me throw out a quick appreciation to a geek named Mike for the chilies. Thank you so much for sending our way. And for the Go Popular, too. Ian Zimmerman hooked us up big time with the GG times 10. Actually, make it times 20. So thanks, y'all, for the support. And for everybody who's following us and sharing the streams today. Much appreciated.
We running no helmets, eh?
We'll have helmets eventually, yeah, but we decided for now, no helmet.
We've already had discussions about the first helmet due in the game.
Helmets are a little complicated to make compared to just a hat, so we just threw a hat in for now. The bunny hop in the new rider is off a little bit, which makes it a little harder to ride than normal. But I wanted to show you guys this. I think this is a good way to kind of see her.
Dude, I haven't seen this at all, by the way, Joe. This is my first time seeing the character with in-game.
Nice. Dude, there's some key art almost right there.
Dude, she's freaking dope. Like, look at her.
That's awesome.
Look at these kicks, too.
Look at that bike.
Huh.
That bike is so insane.
That's really cool.
We're going to do flats always at all times in the game, Joe? Or are you actually going to
Yeah. No, it'll always be flats.
Flats for the win.
I don't know. I'm digging her.
How many people in real life do you think are rocking a Frameworks frame and flats?
Probably not many.
Not many. I would guess not also.
Is this build only in this map, or can you go in the other map?
I can go to the other map. I did this one first because I think this map looks better. So to like see the new rider with kind of more of the art style we'll be going for, I thought would be a nice first preview, and then we'll switch to the other map.
Thanks for the follow, Apathy. Much appreciated.
So we can
The
start
whips look a lot
talking.
better so far.
Yeah, we need to talk. Well, first of all, the pants need to be a little stretchier because otherwise you see cheeks when you squat down, which is hilarious.
You see the buns.
And then I think I wanted to talk to you guys in chat about, because I know a lot of you guys ride in real life too, and I think there's some things that need to be adjusted, but I want to talk about it. So we can do that in a second. It'll be easier if I come to a stop. The bunny hop stuff already is going to get worked on, because right now the bunny hop feels very kind of sluggish and small, so we need to fix that. Let me just get to the bottom of this trail, throw some whips on the big jumps. I think the leaning is one thing I want to talk to you guys about. Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's the other thing, is the new rider can't crash yet, and then if you do crash, you stay on the bike, but then it gets all weird. So
Really? That's interesting. Those of you who just joined us, we're on day 181 of building this game. It's in pre-alpha, super early. The physics are pretty well dialed in first-person mode. In third-person mode, I think we're still going to have a good bit of work to do on third-person still. We just introduced it in the last month. The rider, this is the first time anybody's seen the rider. The first time I saw it was this morning. So the rider is completely new. The bike is the Frameworks bike, which we have had in the game for a little while now. Most of the environment still placeholder stuff. Very early.
broomstick on the back of her head, dude, it does kind of look like that. I think it's kind of funny because it's Halloween time, and I think it looks funny.
Kind of like Medusa almost in some ways from behind.
Yeah.
The safest way to look at Medusa.
McKay took off
Which
later,
mode?
dude. He's probably already gone. Looks really sick. What does it look like in first person? It doesn't have first person yet. So, like, I mean, you can kind of see it's all messed up in first person. So, yeah, first person is still a work in progress.
Sam wants to see some steezy baggy jeans.
Oh, we'll get them. We will get them.
Required.
So yeah, can't really do first person yet.
That's crazy.
But I want to talk to you guys about, let's give Zach some feedback. So what are we at? We're at the 30-minute mark. Perfect. It'll be easy for me to tell him. So I think the crouching, and it's hard because this is the only view we have, but I'm pretty sure like the normal body position up crouch is pretty good. She maybe goes a little too low. I think the butt should be able to hit the wheel because, you know, in real life you can, but it's obviously going to clip a little. But the leaning is the issue that I think we need to work on. So this is me pushing the right stick to the right. And I think what should happen right now, what's happening is it's mostly her body moving instead of the bike moving. I think it should be more the bike moving the bike moving under the rider kind of staying still, if you know what I mean. Do you guys agree with that? That was the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, was like, I think it's too much body movement, not enough bike movement for the leaning.
Yeah, it looks cool when you're correcting yourself at a certain speed, but like when you're taking corners and leaning into it, it looks a bit awkward.
Obviously, there's like clipping and stuff happening with the, you know, all that, so we got to fix that. But I think if you were to do, you know, it looks decent, like when you just kind of do a full lean like this, if you forget about the clipping part, I think it looks kind of legit. Any feedback you guys got? What do you have? When you lean in real life, bike leans opposite, yeah? Yeah, I mean, when you're doing it in real life, you're kind of pushing the bike down underneath you. At least that's what I do. Oh, yeah, let's do some wheelies with the new rider. I don't know if I've... See what that looks like.
POA asks, I got a question. If I stop subscribing, hypothetically, can I update the game? The way you get updates is if you're an active subscriber. So if you subscribe on Patreon, you'll get whatever updates we create during the time you're subscribing, and you keep those even if you end your subscription, but then you wouldn't get the new ones that come. This is just during this development period as we have this Patreon element of our production going on. You know, eventually we won't be doing this on Patreon. It'll all be on Steam, and it'll just be one price to buy the game. But for now, no, you'll get updates as long as you subscribe. But, you know, if you subscribe, even at the $5 rate for like 10 months, that would be a total of $50. And then you'll get a key for the game when it's released. So that way you'll get all the updates all through development and also the final game.
So I feel like the leaning back, the wheelie stuff, we need to have like a proper lean back animation.
Yeah, because right now they're not really doing that at all. Yeah, for sure. I think mostly all he's worked on was like neutral position, kind of the crouch, the jump position, and the leaning. No, I don't think he's really done much in air or anything like that. But I want to see the pivot point should be more in the knees, Captain Jax. Do you mean like the upper body is kind of turning, but the pivot point is at the knees? So knee below is kind of straight on, knee up it turns a little bit. Is that what you mean? The lean should be affected by speed, berm radius as well. Yeah, I agree. So obviously, I mean, you can see what happens if you do this. Interesting.
The knee out thing is also not in the leaning at the minute.
On flat corners, I lean the bike, keep the body mostly straight, and drop my outer foot. Yeah, exactly. I was telling Zach that today, actually. I think it'd be cool if when you do a steep lean, we drop the outer foot as well. I think what feels the most off to me right now is the jump. Because the rider weight kind of moved around and things changed, so it did affect the physics a little bit. So I think the jump is what's feeling the most off to me. But I think she already looks cooler. Also, now when you stop pedaling, she'll flatten out the pedals.
Yeah, that's nice.
Before she wouldn't. Or it was a he before.
That's the first I've seen that. So that just came in this build?
Yeah.
Nice. Right foot forward, too. Nice.
Which is wrong, but, you know, it's fine.
That's how I do it.
We'll have an option so people can select it.
Yeah, Gage wants to know if we got another flag on the live because viewers are throttled. So we have had a couple other people pop in, but not many. Makes me wonder.
Check. Yep.
Thank you, Gage.
It's
much appreciated for the looking out.
Unoriginal or reproduced content. It's like, how is this unoriginal? I don't get it.
Yeah, we made all of it.
All right, I'm turning it off, turn it back on. TikTok,
and not with
restarting.
AI either. So there's not even like a roundabout way this is unoriginal content.
Goodbye, TikTok.
Ridiculous.
All right, now we're back, TikTok. It is actually kind of ridiculous that it does that. I don't know why. Let me see what else is everyone saying. Outer foot. It's more of an old schooler thing. I don't know. I think it's nice. Like in technical sections, you move the bike beneath you to conquer roots and rocks while you're just fast and yeah, exactly. That's what I think right now. Like the body's moving too much, and it should be the bike instead of the body. Got to be the sound bites then. I wonder. I don't.
Oh yeah, you had sound bites, right?
Yeah,
I
but it's all
heard them
through
earlier.
like Tickfinity. I would think that using those would be fine, but maybe not. This only started once we started using Tickfinity, so I almost wonder if I should just not use Tickfinity and see if it's better. Let's go to the other map with the new rider. I think I'm going to close down Tickfinity.
What's it doing for us today anyway?
Just soundbite, like it pops up stuff on the screen when people gift and do whatever.
Yeah, we didn't have that happen one time before, so. Yeah, Tom, this is a new build. This is the build we just got today that has the rider in it for the first time. There's still some jank to it. This is day one of it, so of course it's very early. What in the heck is that, Joe?
Oh, that's her hair, dude. It's beautiful. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure Tickfinity is actually like done. But we'll see. Go away. Why is my computer doing this? There we go.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna. Housley asks, is there any way you could make MX bikes type physics as they are so good and realistic? Well, we're on day 181 of making this game. We're not really gonna just kind of completely change everything we've done at this point. We're not really going for a level of difficulty that's that high. We love that game with mad respect for MX bikes. We're going for something that feels like real riding, but that's more accessible than MX bikes. So it's not quite like that. A lot of people think the controls are very similar, but it's just not going to be as difficult. So we're not really going to kind of. And plus, those are dirt bikes, and these are mountain bikes, so the physics are very different between those two types of bikes.
Yeah, Jan saying finally third person. Yeah, this is a work in progress. Today's the first day I'm actually showing off this new rider. Let me show it to you guys again this way, because I think this way looks cooler. Check her out. I can make her twitch too. Yeah, new custom rider. We're working on the animations and all that stuff now.
Interesting how her hair turned gray, like she saw a ghost or something in the game. Hey Josh, is the game out yet? It's out in this form. If you support us on Patreon, we're developing this game in public. We're on day 181, still in pre-alpha, very early in the development of this game. But we've kind of opened it up to anybody who supports us on Patreon can play every update that we do along the way. So if you follow the link on the screen, just go search for us on Patreon. You'll find us and see what your options are. But for as little as $5 a month, you can get every update we do over the course of your month that you subscribe, and you get to keep those updates even if you only subscribe for a month. And we will refund your money if you don't like it. Just let us know.
If you guys have any other feedback that we want Zach to hear, let me know in chat. You know, he's estimating it'll probably take a good month or so to like get all the animations and everything going. So I think he worked on it maybe 2-3 days this week. So we're maybe 1/10 of the way there, but it's already shaping up, looking better than it was before. I think, you know, things like wheelie physics or animations need to be fixed. The in-air stuff and the whips, all that stuff still needs to be worked on. But I think mostly right now, what I think we should give him feedback on is like the leaning and the neutral rider position, kind of the squat position, the bunny hop.
Right, and yourself.
There we go. Let me just cruise down these turns and see what you guys think. This is without
By the way, I
using
saw,
the lean. This is just left stick only right now.
Tom wants to know if this game will have mods. Absolutely. That's been an important part of what Cranked is from the time Joe started dreaming of it. Mods are a huge part of our plan. Very important. Maybe eventually an in-game track builder itself as well, but initially definitely mods. If you check out our Patreon, you can find a link to our Codex development software, and you can see our roadmap, and you can see where modding fits into the plan. If you want to check it out. Man, it's good having that Steve's Master rider out of there before.
Yeah. All right, we got more stuff over here on Red app. Let me see.
Doomful wants to know if there's pumping, or is there going to be pumping, or does it just kind of keep up speed?
Sorry, I'm trying to read and you're asking me questions at the same time.
Sorry. It's a challenge sometimes when we have another person on, it's a challenge for me to kind of respond to everybody in the community and find out where to fit that in and not make people feel like they're getting ignored. So I just look for breaks every now and then.
Goose Travel eventually you'll be able to switch left to right foot forward, but I think right now defaults to right foot forward.
How are you so good at using the Unity terrain tool? That's what I've been using for Cranked as well. What you gotta do is the first thing I learned to do when I was making stuff was make your features really, really abrupt in the beginning. Like make everything really, really, like your jump, make it super big, and then work everything out with the smooth tool as much as possible, and you'll get probably like infinitely better results. Also, if you haven't touched your height map resolution on your terrain, definitely do that. Some people I've seen work their terrain at like really low resolutions, and it kind of looks like poop, and it's not good, and it's really rough, especially if you're trying to make like a flow trail, like something really smooth. You might get in trouble with that for sure. So those are little little trick to give you for mapping.
Freeze Framer Gamer is asking, are you going to do tips and tricks tutorial? He or she is plateauing on their runs. Yeah, Joe is actually kind of working on or planning for a series of videos that we'll do that just kind of talk about how to get faster.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting until
relatively
the new rider was in. We'll see how much longer it takes, but that was kind of my hope, was to make it look a little better. I saw some comments earlier saying like turning and everything looks bad. Today's literally the first time we're trying the new rider, so that's why all of this looks janky still, guys. A work in progress. We're just kind of developing in the open and sharing it with you guys. So, yeah, this new rider's brand spanking new.
Jaeger is asking, what's the difference between this and Descenders? He just got here. I'd like to turn that one over to Antgrass. I know that Antgrass... You're going to get all those questions today. That's my favorite thing about streaming with you, dude, is we can turn that question over to you because you have so many thousands of hours in that game, too. You want to take that one?
Yeah, I have 4,000. I'm going to bring my number every time. 4,323.7 hours on Descenders. I have played Cranked for probably 100 hours by now. I can testify this is a different game. You'll be very familiar with the controls and maybe even the basics of the game, but it's a lot more favorable for racing. Like, you slip around a lot on rougher terrain in Descenders. This game feels a lot better to handle rougher terrain. And also, just cornering is a lot more fun in this game than in Descenders. At least for me, you know, I feel like it's a lot more enjoyable. And also, like, one thing I did find that was really cool was how wall ride handling and, like, berm to berm or, like, shark fin jumps work in Cranked is like a lot more fun. The detection with the leaning mechanics makes it feel really engaging, and yeah, also the whips look insane in Cranked. Just right, like we've barely gotten started, and like in first person for me, like the whips look incredible. Better camera, honestly, for Cranked for my play style, a lot closer to MX bikes. So yeah, a lot of those features I'm talking about are more favorable for people who like racing. I'd say it's definitely a game that favors that play style at the minute, at least. So that's my scoop on it.
All right, do we want to keep riding with her, or should we go back to the other build with the less janky?
I can go back to the other build.
Yeah. So anyway, this was the preview of our new rider. I'm so stoked on her. Let me show you the renders again while I switch builds. So you can see, you know, the in-game version isn't quite fully ready. You guys can see the more proper version now.
While you're showing it, Dude Man's asking us about if we'll add Sauron. We don't have a plan for that at this point.
Yeah, I want bikes with pedals. So if a bike doesn't have pedals, probably not going to go in Cranked. All right.
Some guy said this will never be Descenders, and I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody on the team wants it to be Descenders. We're trying to make our own thing. It's a bike game for sure. It's got a lot of different reasons to be played, and a lot of different mechanics, and it's awesome. And I've been loving the game, and you should try it out. So, tell us how you feel then.
Oh, that stupid thing.
Have you ever ridden a Sauron, Joe?
No.
I'd like to ride one.
I almost feel like I just shouldn't hit that jump today. Now it's like happening every time. Before it was like every 10th time.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a trick to like making it not happen. Nope.
LFC is asking if there's going to be any trick mechanics. I mean, you can use free physics now to do whips and 360s and flips. Anything you can do with physics. As far as other types of tricks, we talk about it a lot. Joe has a good plan for how to do it really well in the future, but it's not an immediate priority for us. We're only on day 181 of this game right now, and we're kind of dialing in the basics and stuff now. But we'd like to do tricks eventually, yeah.
Tom 10 asks, Angrass, is Igloo Bike Park 2.0 coming to Cranked? Not in the plans.
Dude.
Joe has veto on anything like that. The greater picture.
I mean,
Me, I make the trails.
if you want to get technical, the bike park we're making is probably what 2, 3, 4, 5 times the size of Igloo Bike Park. So
Yeah.
kind of Igloo Bike Park 2.0, but won't be called Igloo Bike Park. So yeah, we'll have this.
You can call it Igloo Bike Park in your mind.
There you
for
go.
It to feel, you know.
But yeah, Cedric is busy at work creating this massive open world bike park right now. So there you have
What's
it.
it like having such a big canvas, Cedric, and just getting to kind of shape it however you want to and do whatever you want and know you're the only one doing it? I mean, I guess it's like doing Igloo Bike Park, but just bigger. But how's it feel knowing it's sort of the basis of its own game and all that?
It's definitely interesting for sure. Like, because at first I was like, well, this is amazing. I have so much space to work with and so on. But slowly I realized, like, even if it's the case, I'm working on a real game that the progression needs to feel fair, and I can't do, whatever I want per se. It's extremely fun, the fact that in a way I can't do whatever I want. I have to think of those more like a level design and aspects. Like, you have to think, oh, okay, well, this is how, like, I have to make a set of trails that are like considerably easier than what I would like to ride, because there's a lot of players that are more into that, and or like will need to be in riding those trails in the beginning of the game,
Right.
for it to be enjoyable for their experience. Like when I was making Igloo Bike Park, the first trail I made was like a 30-second straight down rock garden, and I was like, that's awesome. I love that. And that's like, that was my thought process, and I didn't think like, how accessible is it for the player? And that was never my thought process for that map either, But now, it's a huge part of like how I make stuff. I have to think about how easy or how hard everything is, and especially as well like the placement of every trail. The more I'm going, the more I realize how important that is for the player. Now I'm working in chunks of the map, as directed by Joe. We spoke about it. Now I have like, I'm making the beginner section and the section right over it, and then so on, so that everything is kind of like together at once, and it feels a lot better to for the people that are testing the game, as well as like it'll flow better in the end if I'm working on the same area at once. Makes me think of their like relation, the trail relation in between that sector, every trail, how they interact with each other, little gaps and stuff like that, or connections and so on. So
The jump needs a custom collider. I didn't do it because I wasn't sure how you go about it. Oh, I see. That's what you were saying earlier, right, Cedric?
yeah, I've
yeah.
been always Oscar somewhere in the chat,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been fixing up the colliders slowly. Every time I use a new jump that you made, I'm changing the collider on it on Blender or something.
Thank you for the rose, Surin guy. I don't know how to say your username because you have a bunch of emojis, but thank you for the rose, and it's all good, man. Glad to have you hanging out with us on all these lives all the time, man. Very much.
What do we want to do now?
No worries, Oscar. So all map rests more or less planned out. You just chop them up. I kind of know what I want out of a sector of a map, I would say. Or at least I have to keep it in mind as much as possible. Like what type of trail I want in which area, or the difficulty of it, and so on. That's what I was talking about. It's more planned out than what it used to be. So.
Duck, your paper wings time does not appear to be, unless you change your name to Leon. Are you Leon, Duck? Yeah, oh, okay. Word. Your time is still standing then. And I will not be able to beat it. I'm going to cruise this trail because I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about the progression system at some point, which will be a long conversation. So,
yeah.
But curious if you guys are ready to dive into that, or do we want to wait a bit?
I don't know, man. Whatever you're feeling, just wing it.
How about this scrub? Oh, bam.
Nice.
How about that, guys? Huh?
Incredible.
Look at
Marvelous
this gap.
game.
Oh, look at that gap. Oh, we're gonna do a leaderboard reset tomorrow with the new build too. I can't wait for that. I'll do this section so fast. Oh. See, then I think you can take it to here.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna skip this so I don't have to hit that. I dig this trail, and I think once it's done, it'll be nice because I feel like the end can get even more mellow and it starts getting flat down there, you know.
Freeze Frame Gamer says Paper Wings is super fun. I spent hours on it. It's a very fun oriented trail. I didn't think of like line choice or difficulty for that one. It was like I want a bunch of long and low jumps that go really fast, and that's what it was. It's beautiful.
Hey, Julian. I see Julian Cranked Intern is over in the TT side of things.
Yeah, dude, I think some like just flowing down. What up, Julian? Flowing down this little hill, I think will be fun once you connect it. Woo! I want to see what everyone's talking about here.
Freeze Framer Gamer says, thanks, Paper Wings is super fun, many hours on it. That's one of the great things about this game is you can just hang out on the same trail for hours at a time trying to improve your runs. It's fun.
Will there be Strava's-like segments for King of Hill type leaders? That would be kind of fun, actually. But I don't know if we'll do something like that. We need more wall rides.
Parker's asking. Sorry, go ahead.
Good, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Parker is asking if the only way you can play it right now is if it's just us. No, anybody who supports us on Patreon plays the same builds we play. This one hasn't been released to the Patreon because we just got it before the stream. So
tomorrow,
Joe going to release this one tomorrow.
Yeah.
So anybody who supports us on Patreon gets all the builds we do, and you get to keep them. It's as little as $5 a month. Even if you only subscribe for a month, you get to keep any of the updates we do over the course of that month. Or you can wish list us on Steam as well, and when we do a free demo sometime this winter, we'll be able to let you know. You can try the free demo and see what you think.
Christian asks, you should work on the mechanics and let the community make the trails. We'll have we have our team pretty split up. If they freed me of trail duty, I wouldn't have anything to do. Yeah. And I don't think Zach would be very good at trail making either. We have our separate roles, but modding will be coming up at one point in the making of the game, so don't worry about that. Mods will come.
Yeah. A lot goes into, making this kind of a map that's going to have a whole career loop and a progression system and all that, which we can talk about in a bit. So it would be pretty tough to just like hand it over to the community and be like, oh, make it happen. It's not just about making the trails. There's going to be different sections and chairlifts and a progression system, and it all needs to kind of be thought about from the beginning.
Yeah.
So.
Also, we're making the game surrounding how we want the trails to be. So we're using, not only are we using this as like the first map, but we're also using this as like a testing facility for the physics and going like, okay, we want the physics to work in a certain way so certain sections of trails work better and so on. So I go under Joe's command for, okay, we need to make trails that are more in that kind of style, and then we can test if that kind of style works with the physics, and then, from there on out, figure out how to make the game at all. So
Nick asked if we plan to add player collisions. Can he put his friends out of berms? Probably not, at least not in the beginning. We'll have it. I mean, you'll be able to race with your friends and hang out and ride together, but you will just like ride through each other. There won't be collisions. A couple reasons why. One is because, it can be very frustrating when there's people in a multiplayer lobby, especially public lobbies, that are just like messing with other people, and they could kind of piss you off, especially if you're kind of trying to go for like race runs or something and some dude's messing with you. But also because it's a lot harder to do technically, to be able to have player collisions and live PvP multiplayer like that. It's a lot harder from a technical standpoint, so that's the other reason.
Chaso, thanks for the follow, and Aaron, thank you for the share. Much appreciated, guys.
I think I'm going to take this trail to the bottom. We'll get to the bottom. I will simulate taking a lift up, and then we can start talking about the progression system and my ideas behind it and get your guys' feedback and see if you guys want to add to it or tell me, tell me what your thoughts are. Hopefully people think it's as fun as I think it will be. And if you don't
know what
like
Alex is talking
spoilers...
about over here. Alex says, guys, we should all start a petition to hire Julian. He saved my dog from a tree. Julian is my son and our intern who's helping with a lot of things in the marketing side of things. How did you save Alex's dog from a tree? I don't understand this.
Dude, you go flying down that section.
Josh is asking if we could make Red Bull Hardline Tasmania. I mean, these types of things are kind of in the future. We're only on day 181 of this thing, so we're still working on physics and the basics. In fact, later in the stream today, Joe's going to unveil his initial plan for the progression system in the game. So super early. One of the things we try to be very careful to do is do the right thing at the right time. And, as far as trying to make real courses, real mountains, etc. That stuff's going to come down the line. Initially, Cedric here is building out this huge mountain we have, and that's what we're going to work with initially. But you never know, man. We made the Mad Skills mobile games like Mad Skills Motocross and that stuff, and we did all kinds of partnerships on tracks and stuff. We like doing that. We're just not quite there yet. Jake, thanks for the share.
Are you guys trying to get sponsors and get real brands in the game? Asks Harold.
We will have
this bike you're looking at's go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, we will have real brands in the game. Like Brian was about to say, this bike is a Frameworks bike. The Frameworks downhill bike. You can see the logo right there. We partnered with them officially. So yeah, we'll have real brands in the game. Working on getting more lined up now. As far as sponsors, no, there won't be sponsors. And you'll earn things the other way. And I wanted to get to the bottom of the mountain and then kind of talk you guys through my ideas for the progression system, so I guess let's go over it now. And bear with me because this might take some explaining, but if you have questions, I'll try to make it simple. It's a pretty simple progression system. So yawn, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
This is what I came up with. Imagine, I'm going to try to visualize this with me, guys. Are you ready? Imagine you roll up to the bike park. Pretend like we're off the bike, we're walking around. You walk up to the lift ticket office, you get your day pass, your lift ticket, and on your lift ticket will be a bunch of challenges. They're like, imagine empty circles and you need to get them stamped. And your initial lift ticket only gives you access to one lift. So you're going to take up the very first lift, which will be over in this area, and it's going to take you up to the top of this section where all these trails are, right about here. So somewhere in this area is where the first lift will take you. So you'll have access to those trails right below. And you come up here. Obviously, there'll be a tutorial, and you'll have to ride. This will actually be the first trail you ride, so let's do it. You took the lift up, you're right here. You go down this trail. As you go down this trail, the very first trail in the game, you're completing some challenges. There'll be race challenges. So for each racetrack, there will be 3 goal times you have to beat: a bronze, a silver, and a gold. And if you beat all those, each one is a stamp on your lift pass. There'll be trick challenges, probably about 3 different kind of trick challenges for each trail as well. So each one of those is also 1 stamp. So each zone, a lift will take you to 1 zone of the mountain. Well, the zones will be named something interesting, not like zone 1, but for now we'll call it zone 1. So this would be zone 1. And let's just say there's 30 challenges in zone 1. Maybe you need to complete 15 of those 30 in order to go upgrade your lift ticket to a higher level lift ticket that gives you access to the next lift. So we come down to the bottom of the mountain. Let's imagine we just completed a bunch of challenges. Then you roll up to the lift. The lift attendant looks at your pass. He stamps your pass with all the challenges you just did. Boom, 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 boom. At any time during the game, you can pull out your pass. You can look at it. You can see all the trail names. You can see what challenges are left, which ones have you completed, which ones you haven't. You can see your progress that way. And you can see oh, I got to get 5 more stamps to unlock the next zone. You take the lift back up, tell the lift attendant, thanks, dude, later. Take the lift back up, do more challenges, and you keep doing this till you've completed enough challenges to go to the ticket office and upgrade your pass. So then you upgrade your pass, and now you've unlocked a new chairlift because your new pass allows it. If you go to a chairlift and your pass doesn't allow it, the lift attendant will tell you, sorry, dude, you don't got the right pass. You need to go prove yourself and complete more challenges on the mountain to be able to ride this lift. So that's kind of the main progression system for the mountain stuff. So that's how you unlock other parts of the mountain. That's the gist of it. So the mountain will be split up into 6 regions or 6 lifts. At least that's the plan for now, give or take. We'll see what happens. So there would technically be 6 different types of passes that you can earn. You're going to start with the first one. So you got 5 that you have to unlock. So you'll be doing a bunch of challenges to unlock. You won't have to complete every challenge and get every stamp in a zone to unlock the next zone. But if you do complete everything in a zone, there will be extra rewards for you. So it doesn't require full completion. And the reason why is because like there might be players who only want to race. So maybe they just want to do all the race challenges. They don't want to do the trick ones. We want players to have the choice to kind of play the game the way they want. So if you're that kind of player, you should be able to kind of focus mostly on the racing stuff, still have enough stamps to be able to unlock the next region. Or you're just like a freestyle player, you just want to cruise around freestyle, you should be able to get enough stamps to also unlock the next region. But if you're a completionist, you need to do all the different attributes and complete all the stamps, and then you'll unlock extra gear. So that's the main progression system. Anyone have any questions on that before we move to the bike progression system?
Pretty clear. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, Aaron says, can't wait to see what that whole interface looks like. You were talking to me about that, Joe, more in detail yesterday, and you said something pretty particular about that being less of like an interface and more be like in the game kind of thing. I don't know if you mentioned that just now.
Yeah, like I don't want this to be a thing where you hit a button and you open a menu and you're like looking at your pass. I want it to be, you hit a button to check out your pass and like your player actually like reaches in his pocket or whatever. It's like a lanyard on his attached to him or something, pulls it out in front of him, and it all kind of looks like it's within the game, not just some like separate UI. So that's the plan.
Yep.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Will. Yeah, we have a new build. Joe's playing the new build. We just got it today. It'll be released to the Patreon community tomorrow. So it's the first build that has the rider in it when Joe is using the new rider. Right now, it's first person, the OG, I guess.
Yeah, and then Salbreck is asking, is there a pump mechanic? It would be cool to widen the skill gap if it's possible. Pump rolls from. There's kind of a natural pump mechanic, so the right stick like moves the bike up and down, and you can use that to kind of pump around, jump around. There's a ridiculous amount of skill gap in this game, so we're definitely not lacking in that area. I promise you, there's plenty. If we were to go look at the leaderboards, you could see, let's go. I mean, this is the shortest trail in the game. And even this trail, you could see on the first page alone, there's what, a 2-second gap. You go to my time. I've played this game a lot. I'm pretty decent at it. I'm a 46 flat. Leon's a 42.6. So you can see the skill gap's insane. If you go to a trail that's way longer, skill gap's even bigger. I mean, on the first page right here, we're 11 and a half second difference here.
Go like halfway into the leaderboard, Joe. So we're looking at
220s.
70. We're looking at 221
compared to 152. So 30 seconds. So the skill gap is there. It's huge. You gain speed in this game for doing all kinds of different things. So, if you land a little sideways, you're going to lose speed. So it's all about being smooth. It's about being smooth in the corners, not losing traction. Every little thing affects you. So it's lots to think about, lots to do when you're riding. There's definitely no shortage of techniques and skills to learn. So anyway, that was the main mountain progression. Then there's going to be bike progression. So some of these details still need to be hashed out, but the gist of it is, if you want to unlock a bike, you go to the bike shop and you get a bike pass, which is kind of similar to the lift pass we talked about as the main progression. But this will have challenges that are tailored towards the bike. So let's say you want to unlock a dirt jumper. You go to the bike shop. You go to Rad Dog Bike Shop. You talk to Richie. You say, dude, I want to get this dirt jumper. And he goes, all right, here you go. Here's your pass for the dirt jumper. If you complete all of these challenges on this, or maybe it'll say complete 75% or whatever, 6 out of 10 or whatever it is. But you got to complete a certain amount of challenges, and they'll be tailored towards that bike. So if you're trying to unlock the dirt jumper, you know, they're going to be more trick-based challenges, and it'll say go to this trail and do this thing, or go to this or do that, do a triple backflip, blah blah blah, or double. What, like, there'll be a bunch of challenges. The kicker of it is some of those challenges might be required to. You might be required to do them in parts of the mountain you haven't unlocked yet. So you've got to play the main progression to unlock more areas of the mountain in order to be able to unlock all the bikes. Some of the bike challenges you might need to be like in zone 3 on some certain trail and do, you know, hit a certain wall ride and backflip off the wall ride as one of your challenges. So if you haven't unlocked that part of the mountain yet, first you have to unlock that part of the mountain. So that's how the bike progression will work. Basically, just go to the bike shop, pick out the bike you want to work towards unlocking. Bike shop attendant will give you a little card that tells you the details of how you unlock it. Once you complete all those objectives, go back to the bike shop, boom, bike's yours, you unlock it permanently. And it'll be the same way no matter what kind of bikes we add in the game. Obviously, the first bike you'll get for free, but the order of the bikes, the way you want to unlock them is all up to you. Like if all you care about is the dirt jumper, you could just work on unlocking that first. You know, there'll be hopefully trail bike, enduro, all that kind of stuff. That's how the bike progression will work. And then the other progression system is like the gear progression. So how do you unlock new gear and items for your rider? As you saw earlier, we teased the new rider model that's going in the game soon. There she is. But the way you'll unlock gear is also challenge based. So like I said earlier, if you complete each zone 100%, you'll unlock like full on gear sets then and other kind of secret Easter egg things. And then I think what we'll do is hide gear around the world. So it'll be about like just kind of exploring the world, finding stuff. Maybe there's like backpacks at the base of trees or hidden around, and you kind of find a backpack, you open it, and there's like a random gear item in there. So I think it'll be a combination of completion awards, like fully completing certain areas of the game. That'll reward kind of more exclusive, sought after, rare gear for the players who are the best and can complete every challenge. And then there will be exploration gear rewards as well. And there's going to be a whole bunch of just default gear given to you for free once you buy the game. Because I don't like games when the gear in the beginning is very limited, and then all the, you know, if you're riding around in the beginner zone of this map, every single person is dressed the exact same because no one's unlocked any gear. I hate that. So we're going to have a bunch of options that you'll be able to see or choose from just right off the bat. So that's kind of the 3 separate progression systems that sort of tie into each other. Obviously, like the gear and the clothing, if we hide all that stuff around the map, you have to unlock all the parts of the map in order to find all the gear and the items. You know, so they all tie into each other, but they also are kind of separate-ish. That's the plan. I think it's fun.
The wind, yeah, we're live. The wind. The reason that we're not being immediately being super responsive to comments is because Joe is unveiling the progression system that he's been working on for the first time. So it's, you know, there's some levels of complexity to it, and he's talking through it all. So if we kind of interrupt him all the time, he won't get through it. So, but we'll catch up in a bit. We're definitely live here.
Yeah. Did just get a new Patreon member, so Chunky Soup, if you're in the chat, appreciate you.
Nice, Chunky. Thanks, man.
But I'm curious if anyone has feedback, thoughts, ideas, ways to make it better. Does it, Nick says, I'm only in for speed suits, the tighter the faster. Dude, I'll make sure we get a nice extra tight speed suit just for you. I'm going to even make it so that the dude's got a big wedgie. And if you squat, you know, you hit the tire, and now it's like a poop colored wedgie. Just for you, Nick, just for you.
Dan asked if there'll be good wheelie physics with a balance point using the rear brake to not loop out.
Yeah, we need to work on it right now, because right now, I mean, you can, like this is, you know, the wheelies are still pretty fun, but if you get too far and hit the brake, I mean, it pulls you back a little, but it's not quite like real life. It's not as snappy. Same with stoppies. Like stoppies right now, you can't really do them very well because you can't really modulate the front brake well enough. So we need to work on that, but we're waiting until a third person is more fixed. This is the old rider. We have a version with the new rider that I showed earlier, but it's a work in progress. So once the new rider is more completed, then we'll go back and retune like stoppy physics, wheelie physics, scrub, whip, all that kind of stuff will get reworked. Yeah.
444999 says, let's go. Every day better and better. That's what we're trying to do. Every day make it a little bit better. We are on day 181 of making this game. Still pre-alpha, so it's quite early, but it's coming along really well. Super fun.
Be right back.
We haven't. We didn't get pinged again, did we, Joe?
Let's see. Yeah. It's
Why are we getting
ridiculous,
pinged?
dude.
Thanks, Julian.
I just don't get it. Like what about our content is not gonna appeal? But it doesn't matter because they just will deny it.
I mean, it can be like the placeholder hands and stuff. The placeholder rider, could it?
I have no idea. Do I end it and start again? We got 35 in here now.
Pippi Scotton says, "I see y'all streaming all the time. When are you working on the game?"
We're working on the game right now, live in front of you.
Yeah, that's the thing is a lot of times I didn't even know about the progression system until on the stream today. I knew it was done, but the first I heard about it is when you guys heard about it. Sometimes if we have a meeting that we want to plan and we have a stream coming up, we just say, let's just do it online. Let's just do it live. So that's what we're doing.
I wonder if I can talk to the agency I'm in and if they have connections to TikTok people and can tell me exactly what's happening.
Maybe.
I'll try to do that. But I'm curious, do you think I should fire back up, Brian?
I mean, it's going to just fall to nothing otherwise. It's not ideal, but what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
As people leave, nobody else will come in because there's no discoverability when we get throttled like that. I don't know why it's happening.
I wonder if it has to do with the overlay. Like, I wonder if I turn the overlay off. If
Brendan says the stream seems good. Yeah, it's functioning. It's functioning well, but for whatever reason, was it just last week where we got our first ping from them where they just kind of shut us down and said there was some sort of a content violation? We don't know what it is. Why we're getting that? It's working properly, but they're just not. TikTok's not sharing it for us right now for whatever reason.
Yeah. I'm gonna hide the overlay. I don't know. I don't think it would be the overlay. I don't know why it would be. But for now, I'm gonna hide the overlay. What else could it be?
Do you think could it be the Patreon URL?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I hit the overlay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna start and stop and restart the Patreon. Or I can't talk. I'm gonna start and I'm restarting the TikTok stream. So if you're on TikTok, it's gonna turn off and back on. Be right back.
It's ridiculous because we've done this so many times. Either this stream or all the ones you've done, Joe. We've done like 30 of these things, including yours, I think. 25 maybe.
It's ridiculous. All right, we're back.
What's happening?
Now hopefully those 30 people fly back in. I want to get back to the top and read some comments over here on the other side. What about modding clothes, at least re-existing textures? I don't know about clothes. We'll figure it out. It gets weird with legal stuff. I think games that allow you to mod clothes and bikes and stuff, it's all external modding and you have to like import it into the game. It's not within the game, if you know what I mean. But we want to have like an internal in-game mod browser, so I think that changes things. The responsibility falls more on the developer. So we'll figure it out. We want to make modding as like open as possible within our legal, without breaking laws. What else? I see Taylor popped up. What up, Taylor, my buddy Taylor? It's been a little while since you caught a stream. Congrats on 181 days building. Thank you. Joe, do you actively develop as well or do mostly concept stuff? I guess it depends on what you mean by develop. I don't do any coding, if that's what you're asking, but I'm the one who does all the game design stuff, comes up with the concepts, the whole vision of the game, kind of in charge of leading the team, planning the roadmap, handling social media, helping out with marketing, kind of jack of all trades.
You help the programmers understand sort of what direction to take the physics in, how to make the rider look when it's on the bike. You'll see Joe giving feedback to Zach all the time about rider position and the way things should look and the way they should feel. It'd be tough for those guys to pull this off without Joe doing that because Zach isn't a rider and Maggie isn't a rider. So Joe having that knowledge, and he's just so good at communicating what's in his head to a programmer. It's really, really what's making this whole thing work.
Thanks.
Sure.
So
Is
there's
there tail
your
whips?
answer,
Darts
hopefully.
wants to know. Oh, Lewis is asking what the character looks like now. We could show Lewis exactly what the character is looking like. Today's the first day we've showed it publicly, Lewis. So I'm sure we'll bust it out here in a bit.
What do you want? What do you want to bust out?
Lewis wants to know what the character looks like now.
Oh, here. Let me show you the little video that Maggie made for us. She starts moving towards the end of it. But this is obviously the woman. We've got a guy as well, which she sent me after the stream started, so I don't have that one loaded up.
Oh, dude. I want to see that later.
So there she is. I think she's looking amazing. Do have a version of the game with it, a work in progress, which I could show later on the stream. We just got done with that one. But yeah, so there she is.
I like that her proportions are mostly realistic, but she's a little bit exaggerated, especially in the face. Her eyes are a little bit big. They're a little wider set than a real person would be. And I don't know, it just kind of makes it look cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Any chance you could load it up in the background? Load up what? The guy? I could try.
Lewis, stoked you're liking the art style. And Darts is asking if there are tail whips and bar spins. Definitely, there are. You can whip, you can do 360s and flips, no bar spins. Can you really do what you would call a tail whip, Joe?
No,
Like,
you
can
can't
you
do
kinda-
tail whips.
You can't do anything like that with the physics, right? Okay.
No, not yet. Yeah, Space Mesa 1 wasn't in there yet. The Rad Dog 1 technically is in there. And I'm just casing everything. Let's hit this trail. Kind of dangerous without a helmet. Yeah, we'll work on modeling a helmet. Modeling a helmet takes a little longer than a hat, so for now it's a hat. But it's a video game too, so I think we'll allow players to choose. You know, if you don't want to wear a helmet, you won't necessarily have to. We don't care about safety in the video game.
Fair enough. Dude. You're using that berm, alright?
Dude, that berm's the best. Look at this. Oh, pew.
Bill Clinton says, why not put her in bike gear at the minute?
Dude, she's in some like stylish bike gear. I mean, go, you know, you got to go check out, what's that brand that I like, Ripton? Go look up some Ripton stuff, dude. They sell like cool clothes for mountain bikers, like jeans and jean overalls and all. So that's kind of more what her clothing is based on now, is more of kind of like the stylish streetwear style mountain bike clothing. But there will also be like official race gear, jerseys. There'll be all kinds of more realistic stuff. But we wanted to start with kind of what's more fun for Maggie to make. Honestly, I think she's having way more fun making like that kind of clothing than she would be making some race suits. And I think it just looks more interesting and more gives the game more character than if we just kind of did some generic race kits, in my opinion.
Yeah. Thoughts on NPCs and the player interacting with them, dialogues and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got to keep things simple, so I don't think there'll be like, there's not going to be like cutscenes and a lot of dialogue and all that stuff. I also kind of think a lot of people, especially in action sports games, you don't want that nonsense. Like a lot of, you know, there's so many complaints with Skate, with all the like AI dude talking to you and all the people you got to talk to, and everyone's like, I just want to skate. So I think that's how people will feel about this game. So there'll be very minimal amounts of talking to other people, you know, dialogue stuff. There's not going to be like a story mode. You know, I think the gist of it'll be you show up to the lift like we talked about earlier. The dude stamps your pass, tells you what challenges you completed, and if you've unlocked new stuff, you know, he might not even speak to you. It might just be showing you boom, 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 stamp. So it'll be pretty minimal. If you need additional developers, I'd love additional developers, but we're a small indie team on a tight budget, and we cannot afford to hire more people at the moment.
Harrison, thank you for the follow very much. Ollie Hearts, thank you for the follow. If you guys are just seeing us for the first time on TikTok, please consider following us, checking out what we're doing. We're in pre-alpha, day 181 of making this game. We're a self-funded indie effort. We don't have any stakeholders, publishers, anybody like that we're making decisions for. We're only trying to make the best game we can. It's very early. Today is the first day we've unveiled what the rider looks like. Joe showed her a little bit ago, and we'll show it more through the stream if you're interested. The bike is the Frameworks bike. It's the first partnership that we forged. We love that bike. We like the company and the way they're doing things, and thought it was a great fit for what we're doing. So most of the environment is placeholder. Cedric here on the stream is our level designer, has created all these trails. And you can support us and play right now on our Patreon if you like. If you go to Patreon and search for it, we don't have the overlay, or we do have the overlay up. Oh, we don't over there. I see. If you can't see the overlay on the screen with the URL, you can just go to Patreon and search for Cranked, and you'll find us. If you're on YouTube, you can see it on the screen still. And as little as $5 a month, it supports our efforts and gets you this build, which we'll release tomorrow, and all the builds we do while you subscribe, and you get to keep them for good.
Someone is asking, well, it's Gage, asking about different people in the team playing the game on stream. So, for example, I'd be streaming my game playing, or Brian, so on and so forth, to see all of our riding styles and such. Would you be interested in doing that, Joe?
Yeah, the problem is it's hard to do technically, because the way we stream right now is like I'm the one controlling the stream, and it's actually streaming from my PC, so I'm the one playing the game. But I'm just screen capturing their cameras in Discord, and that's how I have their cameras on the stream. So if they were to play, I'd have to create a bunch of more scenes, and then they would have to stream on Discord, share their stream. I would have to screen cap it, and then like it gets way complicated. So that's why other people don't play. It's just me playing.
Yeah.
But also, watching me play would be the world's most boring thing that anybody's ever experienced. I'm terrible.
And watching me would be the most awesome thing anybody's ever experienced, by the way. Just saying, I got hella steez. Add more things to the map that doesn't look so mellow. Currently, Maggie is working on the player, bike stuff, all that jazz. I'm the level designer, but my job description isn't to make the visual art. So like, I'm putting down trees, but I'm not making the trees. You know, my job is to make the trails and to work with the environment I'm given and stuff. Maggie is supposed to make a bunch of bushes, rocks, trees, so on and so forth. A lot of this, well, I think most, if not all, the stuff that is visuals in the map right now is placeholder. We'll have new trees, maybe new roots, as well as new rocks, other textures, grass, like actual grass blades coming off the ground, and flowers and stuff, and you know, it'll look a lot better and more dynamic. And right now, yeah, it's a lot of placeholder stuff at the minute.
Yeah, there's ragdoll physics. There you go. There's a few examples. Archie says it won't let me buy membership. Is it giving you a warning saying your account's been flagged or something? If so, you need to go to their website, their contact form, and message their trust and safety team, and they'll fix it for you. It's been a problem we've had with Patreon. I've emailed them multiple times about it. They just keep giving me some BS answer. But if you email their trust and safety team, they clear it up for you.
Sorry about that, by the way. We hate that happens. It's frustrating when somebody just wants to play our game and tries to support it, and then they get those ridiculous warnings. So
there was a few questions over here I wanted to answer. How did we link up with Cedric? Asked Chill Clinton. So we actually, I had some of my favorite trails and descenders. One was Igloo Bike Park. So, you know, when we were looking at getting a level designer for the game, I really wanted a level designer who's had experience making mountain bike trails in the past and has proven that they made good mountain bike trails in the past, and also has worked in Unity. And since Descenders is in Unity, you know, I kind of just looked around at some of the top modders, and I tried to, I think I went to the Descenders Discord and searched Antgrass and was like, oh dude, and just randomly messaged him on Discord. Didn't hear anything back for a while. It's been a couple weeks, and then out of nowhere he's like, sorry dude, I took a break from the internet and I'm back, or something like that. And
yeah,
that's kind of how we linked up, was just me randomly messaging him, knowing that he's made some sick trails and Descenders, and seeing if he wanted to work for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was kind of, it was kind of crazy because I there's a chance I could have just never seen that message. I randomly opened Discord and I was it had been like months since I had used that app, and then all of a sudden, you know, I was not even on my computer ever. I was just going out there making music and stuff, and now I'm back into doing 3D stuff, and yeah, it's awesome. Loving the team, loving the game.
My mom over there is asking, is there going to be a collab today? And there's not a collab today, right, Brian?
No, the next collab we're gonna we've announced who the next collab is with. It's with Pathfinder, which is the bike shop in Morgantown, West Virginia, where I'm from. I was gonna wait a little while to do another bike shop since Rad Dog was first, but because we're gonna do a real event, Joe's coming to town next month, and we're gonna do a live event, sort of a play party in Morgantown with our buddies at Pathfinder. We decided to go ahead and do them as the third Cranked collab. So if you all don't know what Cranked collabs is, it's the thing we do occasionally where we partner with some mountain bike adjacent brand or bike shop or creator or artist, whatever, and we make an in-game t-shirt that you only get by kind of getting the code from us on this stream. It's free. You can reserve it for now. We don't have customization in the game yet, but you can reserve it. And later when we add customization, any shirts that you reserve, you'll have access to. They're time limited. You can only get them for 72 hours. And then once they're gone, you can't get them anymore. Number 3 will be Pathfinder, and that'll likely drop on November 17th, so it's a little ways off still.
Yeah. There's another one I wanted to answer. Would it be cool to have seasonal events once the game is launched, like a Halloween event where everyone is riding around in costumes? Absolutely. I would love to do that stuff. We did a bunch of that stuff in the Mad Skills games. That's the kind of stuff that once the game is kind of more complete and our roadmap is mostly finished and we've got free time to kind of work on extra things, then we can start dialing in and having some fun seasonal events. So they won't happen anytime soon, but eventually, yes.
Can't play in Steam yet, MR Harry. You can wish list Cranked on Steam, and it helps us a lot. So if anybody's feeling it, maybe consider wish listing us over there. We are going to have a free demo on Steam sometime this winter. So, you know, if you're not ready to support us on Patreon and play it right now, you can just kind of follow us on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and wish list us on Steam. And when we have a demo, you'll know, and check it out when it's out. We really believe a free demo is a good idea with this game because anybody who actually plays the game tends to love it. We really haven't had a lot of people who play it and don't love it. So we think getting a free demo out there so people can actually try it is important.
I don't think I've hit the secret trail all stream yet.
One thing I was thinking, I went riding today and I was noticing in Crank the rocks, and this is, I know we haven't done much work on the environment, but the rocks are all big. I'm usually navigating small rocks. The trees are all kind of big. I'm usually going through smaller trees. I'd be curious to see what Maggie does ultimately as far as like changing the size of trees and the size of rocks, if we're going to see more small things, etc.
Yeah,
there we go.
Same. Because like, you know, I shared that video of me riding El Paso. It's all smaller rocks. I mean, there's some rock slabs and stuff too, but I would like to have like more gravel, chunky rock that feels like the bike's kind of moving underneath you like it does in real life.
Yeah.
What else was there that I wanted to talk about? New build is tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we'll release a new build. The build I'm playing on screen right now is the one you guys will get tomorrow. You guys thinking of having proximity chat when you eventually get multiplayer? And I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, we've talked about that. I would love to have it. We need to see what kind of third-party solutions are out there. I think that'll be the way to do it. Usually they already include some like moderation tools and stuff, because that's the big worry, is like you don't want people get in there just like being jerks to each other. But I would love to have proximity chat. I think proximity chat makes games a lot more fun and helps produce some funny moments.
Finley's asking if you stop your membership, your Patreon membership, that's how you can play our game right now, is by having a Patreon membership where you support us. He's asking if you stop that and keep the current version, will the new version still have your name on the leaderboard? I guess on the leaderboard he's asking. Yeah, so
it depends, because we reset the leaderboards. So like the new build that we're going to drop tomorrow will reset the leaderboards. So if you're on an older version, you actually won't even be able to post a time on the leaderboards. You could still play the game and all that, but you won't be able to post a time. And then when the leaderboards are wiped, obviously your name, if you don't have the new version to set a new time, your name will not be on the leaderboard.
But if you subscribe and you set a time and your name goes on the leaderboard, and then you stop your subscription and we release another build, but we don't reset the leaderboards, your time would still be on there, right, Joe? at that
Yes,
point.
and we don't reset them every build. We usually only reset them if there's been the physics changes that that affect the times. And there's been some tweaks lately that have affected the times, so we're going to reset tomorrow. Yeah, get used to your personal bests and your records getting wiped, because since we're in pre-alpha and it's very early, these leaderboards are going to get wiped a lot. I think even
It's
in the
fun
end
anyway.
game. Yeah, I agree. People even think that in the end game we should have like seasons and wipe them. So maybe the leaderboards are only up like a quarter of the year and then they get wiped. Maybe there's a history of old leaderboards or something, but a lot of people like kind of leaderboard wipes and all that.
Ibrahim, the game is called Cranked, like in our username, Cranked.
I'm gonna go back to the other build. I'll show you guys our new preview of the rider that I'm super stoked on that Maggie did.
Gage and Luke are both requesting that we do all-time bests, even if we wipe leaderboards, which
That's
I think
a good
is
idea.
Good idea. There's already third person, Marek. Joe will show third person in a bit. It's very young. We added third person less than a month ago, I think. But yeah, we have third person. A lot of work to do on it still. First person's better currently, but third person's getting better. And this is our new rider, which we just are showing for the first time today. Brand new.
Yeah, so this build Zach just made for me today. Like I barely tested it before the live stream. So we do this all the time. If you guys are new here, we are developing this game in the open. So I test stuff in the open. It's janky. There's bugs. There's issues. Things are wrong. Her hair looks absolutely ridiculous. So, but that's kind of our jam, is we just like showing it to you guys, getting your feedback early on. So we're excited to have her in the game finally. We've got a guy in the works as well. But I'm going to do some laps here and just show you, we've actually got some like movement. Things need to be tweaked, but I wanted to rip with her again.
Yeah, Dex, the body's going to have physics. We were talking about hair physics earlier. We want it to look really cool. So this is just day one. We haven't done a whole lot of it. Zach's had just a little bit of time with her, but we're going to work a lot and make her look a lot better as we go.
Oh man, I never noticed the log is no more. It's now a full plank in that trail.
You just now noticing this? It's been like 6 months. No,
I've
we
not
haven't been
been
making
on
the
the
game that
prototype.
long. So
I've not been on the prototype map much ever since. I've been mostly focused on making the open world as good as possible and everything.
Blay, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Josh Fishing, thank you so much for the follow. If y'all aren't following, also Zeminser and Rafis Biren and Angio Dan, thank you for the game controller. Appreciate you guys following and wishlisting us on Steam and all these things. It really helps us as we move forward.
oh no, don't fall off the mountain, lady, which we need a name.
It's your boy
Wondering when
Dom says, is wondering if when the whole game is out, will bikes be customizable? Definitely cosmetically customizable, but we probably are not going to do things like different suspension settings and so forth. We kind of, we come from the mad skill side of things, and we like competitive gameplay, and we want, we just kind of like when people are on the same bike. So, your final times on leaderboards are dependent on your skill, not on your ability to set your bike up well. But we will have like cosmetic customization of everything. Thank you for the heart, Angio Dan. Much appreciated.
Angio Dan? Is Angio Dan?
Ev Q and Evan is saying, hey, I've got the game and I've been playing this morning, and when I land steep, I get flashbanged.
Yeah, so what you want to do is go to settings and you could turn off screen flash. So uncheck screen flash, and then you won't get that if you don't like that.
When you get a chance, Joe, maybe pull up when you're not doing a run, pull up the settings and talk about all the things you can do.
Yeah, it's a little hard because if you're on TikTok, it doesn't show. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see stuff now. That changes it a little bit, I think. But yeah, so we've got some graphic settings for like fog, post-processing shadows. Those are self-explanatory. Screen flash is the thing where if you land really hard, the screen kind of turns gray, and it's letting you know if you landed a little bit harder, you would have died. So I like it, especially on new trails, because it kind of tells me where the limits are. In real life, you kind of know where the limits are just by feeling stuff. So in the game, that's kind of our way of telling you you're kind of on the limit. Then obviously VSync, in-air rotational assist. What that'll do is if you're in the air and you let go of the controls, it'll automatically rotate the bike to make you land smoothly. You don't have to like, so basically you could like throw a fat whip and then just let go of the sticks and it'll like pull your whip back and make it so you land. It's more of a setting for, some people like it, but I think it's more of a setting for kind of beginners who need some assistance. Imperial units will obviously change it from metric to imperial for your miles per hour. That's in the bottom right. If you're watching on TikTok, you'd never really see that because it's off camera or whatever, unless you put it in full screen mode, which we do have running. Restart at checkpoints. I have this turned off, but when you're in race mode, if you have that turned on, this is a new setting you should get tomorrow. If you don't have it in the current one, I don't think you do. But if you have this turned on, the timing gates in race mode act as checkpoints. So if you have that turned on, when you reset, you'll go back to the most previous timing gate that you went through. If you have this turned off, it's going to put you all the way back to the top of the mountain. You can start another run. If you're new to the game and you're kind of learning trails, it's probably good to have that on so you can just make it to the bottom. If you're experienced and you're kind of going for fast race runs, there's really no point of having that on because if you screw up, you're going to want to just restart your entire run. And then the left side of stuff here, the first couple things are just graphics. You could turn it to low. So if you're on a potato, put it on low and it actually runs on pretty low end computers. FPS caps, just how many frames per second here. We probably need to raise that up. FOV correction is when you're in first person. You can kind of change how the FOV is kind of warped. Obviously FOV is your field of view. That's for first person only. This should be moved up. So this stuff is in a better order, but this is kind of like how far in things load. So you see if I put this at 0, just like all the trees and everything are gone. They're not loading in. So the higher you have this, the further out things will load into the environment. Seat vertical is also for first person. I could pop into first person here, even though our first person camera on this new model is not working yet. But seat vertical raises the camera up or down, kind of like in MX bikes. Seat horizontal is the same. It moves it back and forward. Right now, it's not actually doing it right because, like I said, this first person camera in this version is wrong. Tilt factor allows the camera, if you put tilt factor to 1 in a turn, the camera will tilt with the bike. If you have tilt factor to 0 in a turn, the bike is going to rotate under you. The camera stays mostly level with the horizon. And lock to bike is a similar thing. Lock to bike makes it so the camera is kind of locked to the bike, almost like you attach the camera to the bike and the camera looks everywhere the bike's looking. If you undo that, there's like more freedom of the bike to move and the camera stays kind of looking forward. So those are all the settings we have. And then obviously you can hit controls to just see what the controls are for the game. And map selection will change to the 2 different maps. And then on the map selection screen up in the top right, you might not be able to see it, but if you do see it, there's a little pencil there. You click on that. That's how you change your username for the leaderboards. So those are all the settings.
With the body movement, does this make the whips a bit easier? Still feels stiff on the new model.
Yeah.
I would say so.
This is day 1 with a new model. So there's obviously lots of issues.
Yeah,
We're getting there. None of the in-air movements have been worked on yet. Zach's only been working on, did Brian leave?
Yeah, he's like somewhere. I'm Brian now, I guess.
Now you've changed to Brian.
Brian here.
So the in-air movements haven't really been addressed yet and worked on. We'll obviously work on that stuff, the whips, the scrubs. Kind of the way it is now is just the natural result of our physics engine, but we haven't worked on like the rider animations for that stuff yet. We're trying to do everything physics-based and not animation-based, so even kind of the movements are physics-based. There's no canned animations in this game. So like here we go, we could throw a fat whip. So, it's looking,
nice.
It's getting there, but there's still some separation from bike and rider and other things we need.
Daniel M says, are you a dev or the track maker at Ingress? I make the tracks. I'm the level designer, so basically my whole job is making the trails. I don't make any of the visual aspect of the game, so I'm not making the character model or the tree models. I kind of just carve trails, man. That's my whole thing. So I take good pride and care into it.
Sometimes when I hop, like the physics changed a bit with this new model, so sometimes I hop and I'm like front end pops up really weird, and so we're still tweaking things, but I wanted to show you guys kind of first version what we're working with. And I kind of just, this is what I do, and instead of doing it off stream, I just do it with you guys. But when Zach sends me a new build or he says, hey look, I need you to test some stuff, I just play it a bunch, give him feedback. So we just do it on stream so you guys can kind of see the process along with us. So we were talking earlier, like the leaning animations need to be kind of addressed. Right now the leaning's a little off. Obviously if you squat down too low, the closed stretches to where her butt cheeks stick through, so that needs to be fixed. There's obviously clipping with the seat. A lot of things need to be fixed, but this was version 1 of a new rider.
Yeah,
and you can't crash with the new rider, so that needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm. It's it is like day one. So, because someone was saying rider looks loose and the body just has no collision with the bike. Yep, that is all very true, and I agree. And we're just working on, well, Zach is working on a lot of different things in regards to that. Yeah, day one with that stuff. So can't expect everything to be the prettiest. I think it's way more awesome than what we had before. At the minute, we're doing what we call progress, and then we'll get there, and it's gonna look sick. So
someone in Discord wanted me to session this thing today, but I'm gonna screw it up.
Yeah. Welcome back, Brian.
Thank you.
I'm confused about no crashing. I thought there was an issue with my game. Oh no, you can. The version I'm on has no crashing because this is the new model, but you can crash in the public version. Yeah, we need a setting to like reverse. Why did it lose my marker? To reverse controls in Fakie. Dude, I love the cheeks sticking through.
Hey, man.
All right, let's go back to that version while I play you guys the video of our new lady friend. Here we go. What else? While that's playing, I'm gonna quickly run through chat. Yes, Joe, it is Daniels. I figured. Yeah, the one giving us gifts earlier, that was like Angio Dan. That's my stepdad.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Dan
I
was
figured
hanging
it was
with us.
because Angio and Dan, like Angio's heart. So.
Oh, yeah. Is Karen still around? Yeah, I see Karen up there too. What up, Karen?
Nick, with the body movement, does it make the whips a bit steezier? Oh, yeah. We already talked about that. Yeah, it does. It feels stiff right now. It still hasn't been steezified. What else? Aaron, it honestly looks great considering how much time has been spent on it. Yeah, I mean, Zach told me he probably needs a month, and like one day in, he's like, dude, I want to show you what I got. And I'm like, he's like, it's not perfect. I just want you to know, like, there's issues. I'm like, well, yeah, you said you need a month. It's been a day. I expect it to not be perfect, but it's pretty impressive how quickly he gets things done. So we're moving.
Lewis is asking when we're showing the guy. We haven't seen the guy yet, so as soon as we see the guy and Maggie's ready for us to show it, we will.
Here, let me.
Or did you just get it, Joe?
I did just get it. Let me see if I can send it to somehow.
Steve Cabrera, thank you for the follow. I noticed you asking some questions. Yeah, we're at day 181 into making of this game, so it's pre-alpha still, very very early.
So I'm trying to figure out how I can get this to you guys. I think I know. Give me a second. I'm gonna fire up the new guy. Gameplay footage. Where's the folder? Oh, there it was.
Gavin, I'm going to answer. I see you've asked this a couple times. How much will it cost on release, and are there plans for user content? We don't really know how much it's going to cost on release because that's a ways away. But it's $5 right now on Patreon, so you can play it now already for as little as $5 a month. And if you download the game while subscribing, you get to keep it. And you'll get any updates through your subscription period. But we're not sure when it comes down to it in the end. We're not going to do a free-to-play game where you have no microtransactions in this game ever. We're not doing that kind of thing. We're not going to put ads in the game. We'll have sponsorships and partnerships with real brands in our space, but we're not going to have like display ads or pop-up ads or any of that stuff. So it'll be like a reasonable, fair price. We want to make sure that players are getting a lot for their money, but we're not sure what it'll be yet. It's too far away. And as far as user content, modding is a big part of what we've got going on. And maybe later than that, we'll actually build a track editor to put in. So even if you don't have modding skills, you could do some stuff. So yeah, lots of user generated stuff down the line.
Let me think. How can I get this up? Let's do this.
Deadman Gaming says, thanks, Hope. It looks cool watching a game go from nothing to actually something. That's kind of what we're going for. the trade-off is a lot of times people just kind of pop into a live stream and say, yeah, ooh, I'm going to stop. If you're going to
Dude,
bust that like that, I'll finish my thought later.
that's sick.
Oh,
I really like that.
There's the first version of the guy, work in progress. So if you guys got any feedback, fire it off.
I want to look like that in real life. That's my feedback.
So there you have
We
it.
need him in a pair of like mountain bike shoes. Okay, pair of 5.7s.
That's probably my biggest critique is like, you know, you wouldn't ride in those shoes. But he looks cool.
I would ride in those shoes.
So yeah.
Face is really dope.
Yeah, looks great.
So there's
That's
that.
awesome.
Let's go back to this. What else do we want to talk about today?
I'll just kind of finish my thought there when you dropped that bomb on us.
Sorry.
You're right back.
No, it's all good. It was we have priorities here, man. That's kind of the name of the game here is we try to focus on our priorities. But yeah, because we're developing in public the way we're doing it, like right from the beginning, we started showing everything we do. What that means is we get a lot of people who kind of pop in, discover us, don't really realize what we're doing, and they instantly compare us to games that have been out for years, that type of thing. But it's pre-alpha. It's super early. We've made a lot of games before. We made Mad Skills Motocross and Mad Skills BMX and all those mobile games, if you guys know those. So we have some experience at this, and this time around, we just kind of decided to follow Joe's vision. He's got this vision of what Crank is supposed to be, and a handful of us pulled our money together, and we self-funded this thing. We decided to go this Patreon route to try to get enough support to extend our initial runway, and we're developing this thing in public. We talk about it. We have meetings in public. We show things for the first time in public. Today on this stream is the first time I saw Joe's new progression system and the first time I saw the new rider in action. So that's kind of what we're doing here. If you're into that kind of thing, it could be a cool thing to follow along. You can wish list us on Steam.
That was fast.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff.
Oh, and then I got caught by a root. Did you guys see the crash earlier when Ryan was talking though? That was the funniest crash I think I've ever had. I like crashed and then hit the wood, and the wood made the rider spin all nuts. Steve Cabrera. Yo, that's a
TK,
nice
thanks for
name,
the follow.
dude. I like that.
And
name,
Kyle,
Steve
thank you for the
Cabrera.
follow. Is it going to be on PlayStation? Bryant wants to know. Welcome, Bryant. I saw you pop in here. It's eventually, but initially we're starting on PC. We'll get the PC version done and out, and then we'll focus on consoles after that.
Stream get
Thanks for
pinged
liking.
again is what Julian's asking. Yep, sure did. It
Oh
contains
my.
unoriginal or reproduced content. I don't understand how to get this fixed. Like, we're streaming our own game that we're creating. How is this unoriginal or reproduced content? It's freaking ridiculous. I'm gonna keep appealing this. I'll try a different
Thanks
appeal
for the heads up,
reason.
Julian.
I mean, do I just have to keep turning it off and on again? I mean, it clearly wasn't the overlay, so we could turn the overlay back on.
Yeah. And you've never had that happen when you were doing solo, have you?
I don't think so.
I hope it's not Baby Monkey.
Dude, Baby Monkey is probably the reason.
That'd be messed up.
Are people reporting it? Is that a thing? Can people like report our stuff as unoriginal? People are
don't
probably
know.
like, it's just a Descenders copy. I'm reporting you. That's what's happening. I don't know what to do. Like, do I just keep turning it off and on, or do we just let it roll at this point?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously there's an issue here and we don't know how to resolve it. We could start it over again and it'll be the same thing probably.
Controller overlay, Chill Clinton. I don't even have over there. It's not even up, so it's not that. Yeah, I don't know. Super weird. Oh well. We're almost at the 2-hour mark anyway, so I don't know how much longer we'll go. So I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay.
People can report your game and say you're remaking Descenders and copying it. Really? I mean, if that's what people are doing, that's pretty ridiculous. Clearly, this is a completely different game.
Yeah, right, Gage. Gage says what's weird is it just started happening because we get less of that these days than we used to.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot less of that than we used to. So you would have thought if that was going to be the case, it would have happened before. We never don't very often get that now anyway.
I mean, yeah, and it seems weird that it'd be Tickfinity. That's the only thing I've changed recently. And I think the first time I used Tickfinity was the first time it happened, which makes me believe it has something to do with Tickfinity. But I thought I turned it off. Maybe I didn't. But also, tons of people use it, so I don't understand why whatever I have set up there would be causing it. I don't know what the issue is, but I'm gonna message someone in our TikTok agency and see if they have any ideas.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oscar over on the other side of things says, funny how he and Cedric. You didn't read this already, did you, Cedric? I didn't miss that, did I?
No, I was off a bit.
Funny how Oscar and Cedric both rode BMX, playing the band, started working in game dev because of mods, and started as terrain artists, and both are into bikes. He says, are you him 10 years ago? Sounds like it.
Were you blonde?
Yeah.
If so, maybe. And then we can talk.
Ooh, we got
Goose is asking if the Xbox controller was showing on the TikTok stream as well.
No, it's not.
Nope.
I haven't seen that trail in eons.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. It's the racing part about it that scares me so much. That's why I'm not on there so often. Racing on the skinnies is scary.
That thing is what's scary, dude. It's like if you go too low, you case it, then you get stuck in the wood. If you go too high, you die. So you got to be really precise on those little satellite dishes.
Yeah. Cool feature. I gotta run it back somewhere else on the map.
Oh.
In some form.
Kyle, no, you cannot change things like shock pressure or tune your bike. It's a design decision because I don't want people to have to tinker with tuning and wondering if they're was it the tune, their setup that cost them the race, or was it their skill? I just like when everyone's on level playing field. Very competitive that way.
Very fair.
Hey, Cedric, I don't think I told you this. Your old game rig that you sent to me plays so much better for me. Like, it's way more fun playing. I mean, I managed on my MacBook Pro when I didn't have a PC at all. I managed, and the game played okay on low, even on medium settings, it did okay. But it's way better now that I have your old rig. It's way better.
It's definitely it's the modded Honda Civic of game rigs for sure. I don't think it came with the side plate, and it's got like 3 sticks of RAM in there. It's an interesting one for sure. But if it runs, dude, it runs, and I'm glad it's working for you.
Runs better than
I really
MacBook
like it
Pro.
as well. I'm sure. That's for sure. Yeah, for gaming for sure.
Oh, man. Had a run going.
Yeah, Oscar's blonde as well, Cedric. Not as blonde as you, he says. Dark blonde, but yeah, you guys are the same person. Cedric's hair might be dark blonde when he's 10 years older, too. You never know.
Well, I have to admit, guys, it is not real blonde. It is... I bleached my hair. It is not real. So, I originally have dark brown hair, so it's not, I was kind of playing with that. Where are you reading that? Is that on YouTube side? Yeah, it is.
Killshot asks if this is the new rider. This is not. This is the old rider. I can show you the new rider in a second. I won't load that version of the game back up because we just got off of it, but I can show you here. Show you a video. There's a video of the
Devin,
new
I
rider.
went riding earlier today. I don't know if these guys got out today or not. I don't think Joe was able to get out today.
Nope.
I've been busy. I've been quite busy.
Same. So there's the new rider. She's chilling. But I want to get a fast time on this. New build will drop tomorrow. If you guys want to start playing the game, join the Patreon. Patreon.com/cranked. $5. But yeah, new build tomorrow. Leaderboard reset. It's gonna be fun. Nothing super major in tomorrow's build. Mostly little minor fun kind of tweaks, couple new settings, few new trails from Cedric here.
Yep.
And then hopefully next week or the week after will be the first build with the new rider. Once we kind of make it a little better. It's still a little jank.
Yeah. Joe's been riding the new trails earlier this stream, but I might be doing some more later today, so more surprises to come then. We'll see what that does. I might even try to see if I can hide a little secret trail or something, or a short little, you know.
Deep.
Oh my god. Joe, you have legs of steel.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't skip leg day.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I never work on my legs.
This one's so fun.
Dude, I need to change these wooden bridges to what Oscar sent.
Yeah.
Or at least the ones that match, because those straight ones match with the other one for sure. It's just like, these ones look kind of jank. I was talking to, this is more on the technical side, but I was talking to you, Joe, about probably looking into Maggie making shader stuff for the objects as well. Like, I feel like there's a lot of objects I'd like to use that are like kind of terrain blend-y, and I would love for the texture to, like the terrain textures to be on the actual object. It would make it so, like, I don't know. It would look really, really good, at least for jumps and stuff. Or like a backwards feature. Imagine like a dirt jump, like a dirt loop. That'd be so sick.
Tried to take that berm smooth and then I just didn't turn enough. How many developer or people are working on the game? There's 4 people, well 3.5 working full time. So Cedric works half time, and then 3 full time, me, Maggie, and Zach. And then we've got some founders like Brian here and Tobias and Fish, and they put in some work as well, but they're not working on it full time.
Yeah. Cal says, are you going to add small plants like ferns and flowers? Yep. So I was saying that a bit earlier, like our artist Maggie is the one that is working on the visuals. Yeah. Joe's loading up the beautiful map. This is kind of what we're gonna go for, I think, for the visuals of the normal the open world map. But this is the prototype map. This is where we kind of like worked everything out for how the game's gonna be and look. And yeah, so probably gonna look a lot more like this, maybe even better. Maggie's gonna be working on that, so.
Yeah, she isn't happy with this. She only had, she said, about 3 weeks to work on this map. So there's other, there's things she wants to change still, but this gives you a better idea compared to the other map where she said
it's
0 time on the
exciting
other map.
it's exciting. She says it's not ideal in her mind, this setup, because I love this. So that means it's gonna be better, and I'm excited.
Sean Cruz asked how we met. I just met Cedric at the beginning of this project when we brought him on to build trails. So I didn't know Cedric before, but Joe and I have known each other for well over like 12 years or so. I was one of the founders at Turborilla who made Mad Skills Motocross in those games, and Joe came on as a playtester first and then worked his way up to the design director eventually by being a badass.
It's for you, Finley. Well, anyway, today was fun. We showed off the new rider. We talked about the new progression system.
Yeah.
Showed off the build that you guys are going to get tomorrow. We had Cedric on the stream. So we'll probably end it here soon-ish. It's been 2 hours, so if you guys got any last questions, fire them off at us. I gotta figure out why Tip Top keeps screwing up our stream.
What's up, Grove Games? Says every time he sees the stream, this game looks better and better. Thanks. Julian, the different Julian says this game looks great. Can't wait to play. Awesome. Thank you so much. Only day 181, guys. We're in pre-alpha here. Very early stuff. I know it's sometimes it seems easy to just kind of compare us to established games that have been out for years. But, you know, if you think about the fact that we're kind of sharing everything we do right from the get-go, and this is only 181 days in, you kind of see we're making pretty good progress. And I'm trying to make this thing as good as we can over time. Fun already, though. Tons of fun. Console eventually, Chaz. Yeah. It seems like we're ramping back up again.
I know, it's weird.
On that side, which is weird, yeah. Honestly, can't wait to play. It looks great so far. Thank you so much. I never know what to call you when you have a username that's an emoji. I'm not sure what to say, but thank you.
Ooh, close to hitting that gate. That was spooky. Spooky.
Yeah, Hunter. Hunter says he's assuming the graphics are going to be better. Yeah, man. It's we kind of did physics first, you know. If it's not fun to play, great graphics don't really matter. So we focused on getting the gameplay great at first, and then we added the first bike, which is the Frameworks bike. If you guys know racing, if you guys know real life mountain biking, you'll know what Frameworks is, and that's the first bike in the game. And then today we released the first rider model. What you see right now is not the new one. That's the placeholder slop we've had from the beginning. When we're in third-person mode, do you have to have a different build to get the new rider in, Joe? No.
Yeah, it's a whole different version of the game.
Yeah, right. So we're not showing the new rider right now, but what you see in the environment, like that little jank river over to the left and stuff, it's all just placeholder assets that we have until we develop the environment. Yep, it'll get a lot better. This is we just got this today. This is our first rider model. The guy's coming soon. Joe showed a still of the guy earlier. We have a little video walkthrough of the female rider. Kind of gives you an idea what style we're going for. We're going for cozy, not super crazy, hyper realistic, because that means that you have to have a better rig to run it well, and we want this game to be accessible and super playable, even if you don't have a quantum computer. So we're going to make it look cool and cozy and warm and natural, basically. Thanks for the follow, Jace. Yeah. Thank you, Chaz, for the follow. Appreciate you guys. If y'all are just discovering us on and just kind of stumbled in, please consider giving us a follow. You can watch a self-funded effort, develop in public. We're on day 181 right now, so it's super early pre-alpha stuff right now.
Ribeye just got his PB on Lefty. Nice, dude. We're 8.
Nice.
Better than me.
Atta boy, Ribeye.
I haven't played that trail very much.
I think, didn't you say you got your PB on Lefty just, no, I think you were saying Paper Wings Ribeye earlier, maybe.
Got some questions
Ribeye's
on
been hanging with us from the very beginning of this.
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, even before we started.
Live.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up? Brent goes fast. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you, Hodge.
Hey, Brent.
Too. Dream place to ride? I don't know, probably Whistler.
Luke, we're developing in Unity.
Let me go try Lefty. I never really raced this trail.
Okay.
Sorry, Goose Fraba said, Joe, you're the main tester for the dev team. I mean, I think we all test, but I probably do play the game the most out of the dev team. There's probably, at this point, there might be some players who grind a lot, but yeah, I'm probably the main tester. It's also, you know, this game's kind of my vision, and I think I need to be the main tester, the one kind of giving the main feedback and making sure things are on track. Team's super good at kind of having the freedom to do what they want, and they come through, like Maggie and that rider model. Like, I, you know, gave her a little bit of direction, but not much, and she totally nailed that thing. So it's been fun work with them because, you know, we've all worked together for a long time. You know, I've probably worked with Maggie and Zach for, it's probably going on 8 years now or something. I've worked with Brian for 12. So we know each other. We trust each other. We, you know, it's just been fun and kind of doing our thing, going with the flow, and see what happens in a year or two. I'm supposed to be racing, and I'm just here like throwing flips and stuff. Whoops. Am I going to miss the gate? I think I missed it. Let's try again.
LZ says, man, this looks fun. Doesn't even ride, but may pick it up this weekend. Yeah, you don't need to ride to like it. You know, I was always a motorcycle guy, and this was so fun to me that it turned me into a mountain bike guy. So it kind of made me a mountain bike rider. But Lots of people have played this that don't ride anything, and they have a fun time with it.
I don't know the lines on this track, so we'll see what happens.
It does have crash mechanics. I see Nolan and Vertical Envelope have asked if there are crash mechanics. Is it
There you go.
realistic? Not. I mean, we're not going for hyper realism. We're going for the way it feels when you ride. That kind of realism. I'll let Joe answer the crash physics question.
Yeah, I just put myself into a tree on display for them.
Oh,
yeah, you can
okay,
crash.
cool.
The crashing's pretty forgiving, but it doesn't. I think we have a really nice balance here where it's fun for casual players who aren't super sweaty competitive players because they have more forgiveness and you don't have to crash all the time and get frustrated like some other games are very unforgiving. But for hardcore players and competitive players, if you kind of land wrong or you're not super smooth, you're going to lose time. So even though you didn't crash, you'll probably end up restarting your run anyway because, an unperfect landing is just going to slow you down. So I think for competitive players, the forgiveness doesn't really matter. You're going to restart anyway if you don't land perfectly. And for casual players, it's nice that there's forgiveness because you can make it to the bottom of the hill and not be super frustrated and rage quit all the time. Hopefully that makes sense.
Gage is suggesting an optional attempt counter. Didn't we have an attempt counter in Mad Skills Motocross at one point, Joe?
I still do.
We still do. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd be down for that. It'd be cool to see. I do want to have stats and all that stuff in the game. So it would be cool to see your stats on get in that gate. How many attempts you put on each trail.
Yeah, B, you can do flips.
Here we go.
Yep, and whips. It's all free physics stuff. Anything you can do with the physics, you can do. So flips, whips, scrubs, 360s. You can swing all that stuff already.
I'm trying to race
Wheelies.
right now, so I gotta focus. We're trying to get a better time on this trail. Yeah, the TikTok is picking up again. I wonder if they approved
Unbanned us.
approved my whatever appeal.
Oh. Gavino, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. If y'all are just discovering us, please consider following us. Self-funded indie effort, only 181 days in to development. We're in pre-alpha, super, super early. A lot of the graphics you see on the screen right now are placeholder jank. We have the Frameworks bike in the game. We made that. We just showed everybody earlier the new rider. But most of the environment that you see is placeholder stuff. It's going to get better over time.
Seems decent. Sent that a little deep and off trail.
Robin the Ghost says it looks like last month. Haha, just kidding. This stuff is hard. Actually, it's just because you're looking at this map. Earlier, Joe showed the new rider model and some more advances on third person. So if he had the other build fired up, you just missed it a little bit ago, but it kind of shows some pretty mad progress.
A lot of the stuff Zach had been working on the last couple weeks too is stuff you wouldn't necessarily wouldn't jump out at you right away. A lot of it's camera settings and stuff in the settings menu. All right,
Robin
well,
the
there we
Goat,
go.
loving the project. Thanks, brother. Love it.
There's a
for the
new
support.
personal best. Where are we at? 24th. Still terrible. Let's keep grinding. Ooh, right before I hit the tree. How is this game different than other bike games? And you know who is going to take that one.
Cedric,
Let it rip,
brother.
Cedric.
It's all you, man.
You muted over there?
Seems like he has his headphones muted and can't hear us. Maybe.
Sorry, I'm dealing with something. I have to go a bit early. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Is there any other
Yeah.
question that I could answer? Was there anything?
Someone was just asking how this differs from other games, and I thought maybe one last time you could roll with that.
Yeah, the whole Descender spiel, eh?
Yeah.
Just any other games. He didn't mention any specific other games. He just wants to know how this is kind of different than what's available already.
Well, a lot of the games that are out right now are very trick based, or very jump oriented, and so on. And yeah, that's something that we want for this game as well, and we want people to be allowed to do that, but we want as well to be able to have it so it's more race oriented as well. Also, the physics are everything is there's no animations, everything is physics based, meaning you have a lot more control on the bike. This is probably closer to MX bikes, but for mountain bikes rather than like say Riders Republic or Mavericks or Descenders. Descenders is more physics based, but even then, kind of like it's still in the range of being more trick oriented or jump oriented. When you're trying to do racing oriented stuff, it kind of then falls short in certain conditions. So that's kind of what I think about it. I've played Descenders for a long time, so and I've tried the racing. There's a racing community in Descenders, you know. Coming now, playing Cranked, and then trying to race back in the centers again, it feels really counterintuitive and such, so, yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave early, I'm so sorry.
That's okay, Cedric. No worries,
dude.
man.
Take it easy.
It
Thanks
was
for
awesome.
hanging.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
James Herman says you should add a map for a casual ride where you don't have to worry about anything, basically free roam. You can free roam all you want on this mountain. You can go to the top and ride all over the place in free roam mode if you want to already. No problem.
No.
Will it have brands in the game? Go ahead, Joe.
No, you go.
It looks like I don't know what the emoji is. Ask, will it have brands in the game? Already does. The bike that you see right there is a Frameworks bike. We'll have more brands as we go for sure. We made the Mad Skills mobile games and lots of brands in most of those games. Something we've done for a long time. You know, in action sports, brands are cool. Brands are better. In Mad Skills Motocross, people always liked the gear that we added that was, you know, Fox Racing gear, for instance, was way more popular than some generic thing that we made. So, yeah, we want brands for sure. It's made in Unity, Darren.
There we go.
Nice, Joe. Well done.
Up to 18th. Let me see if I can fix the stream now. Might. Yeah.
Alex of Tabor just asking if procedural generation. We don't really do procedural generation. It's we kind of consider trail building a handcrafted effort. That's why we brought Antgrass in, because he really knows what he's doing and builds these trails so meticulously for our physics. I don't think you'll see any procedural generation in Cranked moving forward. James, you can play by supporting us on Patreon. Any of you can play this by supporting us on Patreon. If you go to patreon.com and search for Cranked, or if you see a URL on your screen, you can just go directly to it, and you can support us for as little as $5, and you would get a month of builds, everything we update over the course of a month, and then you get to keep those builds forever. And they're already super fun. Hours and hours of playtime in these updates that we do. It's super fun, even though we're only 181 days in and it's such a young effort. It's already a ton of fun.
I mean, fun is the reason we put this game in production. Like, after a couple weeks of, it was really like 3 weeks into things, we were like, we couldn't stop playing it. Like, we'd send it to old coworkers and colleagues and people we worked with in the past, trying to get more opinions on it, and they would tell us like, man, I stayed up with my buddies for 6 hours last night playing, we couldn't stop. And we were like, all right, guess we should make this a real game.
Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, like, I just noticed that James was like 181 days in and it looks already this good. Dang, it's because I think it's because the first version of the physics were so good already, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, if, you know, when out of the gate, the crew sort of nailed that right away. It's allowed us to sort of progress much faster. We've made games before where the physics didn't come so easy, and we didn't see anything like this amount of progress after 181 days. That's for sure.
Trying to get faster. If anyone's got tips in chat on this trail for me to speed up, let me know.
TJ, custom maps will be modding will be a big part of this game. I think that's what you mean, unless you mean maps that are tied to real world bike parks, etc. We want to do both of those things, modding and some real world stuff. What's up, Enzo? The Patreon, Bapple asks, how much is the Patreon to play? If you go to Patreon, you can subscribe to us. There's a few different levels depending on what you want to get, but the lowest paid level is only $5 a month. And you get everything that we release over the course of the month that you subscribe, and you get to keep it for good. And if you decide to stick with us and go through the whole development process with us and download every build along the way, as you accumulate support and you get to the $50 level, so like if you did a $5 subscription for 10 months, you would get to $50, then you get a key for the final game. And somebody else asked how much the final game will be. We don't know what it'll cost in the end. We're still too far from that. Ollie, thank you for the follow. Thanks for the share, Voided. And little kitty cat, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Gage, was it Gage telling me? Gage Tuna? Telling me to stay on the hip, take it close to the marker as possible. Which hip? I feel like this trail is all hips. It's just like there's like 40 hips. Is it the big massive one? Is that the one you're talking about?
JXCTTY says, will it be out before 2026? Well,
no.
I guess it depends on what you mean by that, because in my view, it's already out. It's just out in an early stage. It's always going to be out, and it's always going to be released in an early stage until we get to some point where we say, okay, this is the release version. This is the final version. But I mean, it's kind of already out, really. But will what we consider the final version of it be out in 2026? No, not even close. By 2026, not even close. No, I mean, certainly not by the end of this year. So yeah, he had asked before 2026. That's only like a month, 2 months away.
This feels faster. I think you're talking about this hip, but then I feel like I case it a little and then it screws me up. It's hard for me to judge that one.
August says, do you think there will be a free demo? Yes. We think a free demo is really important for this game. And we intend to release a free demo, a good one, this winter. The reason we think it's such a big deal for this game is because anybody who plays it, for the most part, thinks it's awesome. The only time we really get pushback is when somebody kind of ducks in and they've never played it, but they see it. They don't realize it's pre-alpha or whatever, and they sometimes give us crap for that. But you just never really get that from people who play it. So our feeling is if we can just nice job, Joe. That's a significant improvement. If we can just kind of tell people, well, just go play it, we think that's gonna kind of be the best answer we can give when people want to know what it's like, or when people ask us how this compares to other games. We'll just be able to say, just go play it, and you'll see, because it's so different.
Thanks, Aaron. Left marker and scrub slightly to the right. Go towards. You guys are trying to give me tips, and I can't follow. Let me see. Hold on. The big one. Okay, I got you. The big one. Do the slightest scrub to scrub as you can. All right, bet. Let's try it. Am I back to regular mode? Brian, do you have a hard stop tonight, or are we just cruising?
It's not crazy hard. I don't have to go right at the bottom of the hour, but I gotta go soon after that. My buddy Greg is in town tonight, and he's playing a gig, and I'm gonna go watch some live music. Anybody who hangs out with us on Discord knows it's no surprise when either Joe or I say we're going to see live music, because that is a big part of our lives.
I'm going to go visit Brian and go see Noah Gunderson soon. I can't wait.
Yes, sir. We're going to go see Noah. You've seen Noah live before, Joe?
No, dude. And he's like one of my top, he's like on my wish list of people I need to see.
Okay. So you love, because I remember when we first talked about Noah Gunderson, I of course knew him from early too. But then when I found out you were into him, I didn't realize you hadn't seen him. I saw him in Pittsburgh last year with my friend Leslie. It was awesome. It's incredible. I'm wondering if he's going to be with his full band when we see Noah next month.
Aaron, do you like Noah Gunderson? I know you mentioned Bon Iver before, and I love Bon Iver, and I feel like it's kind of same realm-ish. Did a little scrub
What state
there.
are we from? JX is asking what state we are from. I'm from West Virginia. Lived in Pittsburgh for a few years, but I'm back in West Virginia. And Joe is from, I'll let Joe answer it.
I'm originally from the west suburbs of Chicago. I know if there's Chicago people and I say Chicago, they'll get mad if I say Chicago. So west burbs of Chicago, originally grew up there my whole life. And then the Army sent me down to El Paso, Texas, and I decided I liked it here. So after the Army, we moved back in El Paso. Now we're in the El Paso area. Technically, I live in New Mexico, right next to El Paso.
Bapple says we need to make it on VR. Man, we get that a lot. We didn't really talk about it any at the beginning, but so many people have said that I would say it's gotten my attention anyway. I mean, we're not really to the point of making decisions like that because that's sort of far future stuff, but it does seem like it'd be fun in VR. Bagel says turning on his PC right now to buy this.
Yo,
Thanks for the support,
dude, let's
man.
go.
Come see us on Discord too after you join. If any of you guys support us on Patreon today, please just come over. You know, when we're doing these streams, everything's buzzing and popping and all that stuff, so it's hard for us to say proper thank yous to people who are supporting us. So if you do support us today, please just kind of say, hey, what up? Saw you guys on the stream on our Discord. Let us know, and we'll introduce ourselves directly.
I'll also say, you know, Brian and I think, what is this, like is this our 7th shipped game that we've worked on together, maybe? Something like that. We're up there, 6-7 games. Been a part of a lot of different gaming communities, even other games that we haven't made. And I will say that the Crank game community has been like one of the most positive, kind, loving communities in gaming that I've ever been a part of. Like, kind of insane, actually. So appreciate all you guys. And if you're, you know, if you want to join in, the Discord's super friendly. If you guys pop in there and have questions, half the time the community beats me to the answers. I can't, you know, like, they're faster than I am. So definitely recommend you guys joining the Discord and hanging out and talking to people. If you're into mountain bikes too, we talk a lot about bikes. We watch the races. We talk about the races and all kinds of different stuff. So many gaming communities these days are pretty toxic, but not this one. This one has been a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. This is
Some folks are asking if it's on console. It's not on console yet. We're still in pre-alpha of just developing this game. So, but we intend to release this game on consoles. I'm going to do PC first, though.
I did say 6-7, man. I got to watch what I say.
You can't say 67 these days. 6-7. You've got to be careful. You don't want to let those words come out of your mouth. Or maybe you do. Maybe it's more fun when you do let them come out.
You know, the thing about this is, like, man, I don't know. I love making this game. I love making it in the open, hanging out with you guys. I love that I get to do it with one of my best friends, Brian, here. We're having a blast. We're passionate about this thing. I hope it shows. At the end of the day, we're doing this because we love it, and we're having a fun time, and we want other people to have a fun time playing the game. So those are our motivations for this, is really just having fun, following our dreams, trying to make the best game we possibly can. So if you're feeling that kind of vibe, give us a follow and hang out and join us for the ride.
Yeah, and if you're, you know, we've said this a number of times, but we also have some new people coming in. If you know, we're on day 181 of this game, so most games that you all have played, you never would have even seen them at this stage of the development. Those are risks we took. We knew we would do that, and we would live stream, and people would pop in and be like, "Oh, this game isn't as good as this other game that's been around for a decade." But you know.
Oh, you know what?
If you play this game and you think this has only existed 181 days, I think you'll see it's got legs.
Speaking of games that, well, let's see if I can remember the name.
Yeah, 48. You can get it now if you support us on Patreon. 48 NEO. If you go to patreon.com and search for Cranked, you'll find us, and you can get it there by supporting us with the lowest paid subscription. And you can even only just subscribe for a month if you want to try it and see what you think. Also, by the way, if y'all support us on Patreon and you just don't like it, just tell us and we'll refund your money. Hasn't happened yet, but we've been making the offer for a long time, but people don't seem to take us up on it because I think when you actually play it, people like it.
I should probably do TikTok, so TikTok's happy about this. I just want to talk about games, developing games. This is not what I want. All right, let's go back to Instagram. Can I find it?
You're welcome, 48. No problem.
That's probably not it. Anyway, here we go. There's a new game coming out. Here we go. Show this. You guys will see a small version of it. I just want to talk about, you know, our game might be a little janky at times and stuff, but the Tony Hawk Pro Skater developers are working on something of their own, and they started showing it, and I just think, look, we're not the only ones making games in the open and doing it. Like, this looks fun to me. It looks ridiculous and janky too.
Cool. But I didn't know they were doing this, man. That's cool.
Yeah, so I guess some of the old Tony Hawk Pro Skater developers are, I know this is like really small for some of you on TikTok, I'm sorry.
I hope they release it in public. I'm going to go and stream it, and then I'm going to go into the stream and tell them what the game looks like. It's like a remake of Skate 4 or something.
It's cool these days to make games in the public, guys. We're just trying to be cool. Let's see, last round of questions, and then I think we give it a call for the night.
Sounds good.
some things you shouldn't release early. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been fun.
Harry says, can you slow the pedaling down as if in a stiffer gear?
Yeah, the pedaling animation and speed hasn't even been worked on yet. It annoys me too, but what we'll do is we won't like simulate gear shifts or anything. You won't be able to shift gears, but we will make it so that like the RPM of the guy pedaling is actually a realistic amount. It's a little out there at times.
We're going to close it down soon. I see that Z Dizzy's asked a couple times, what's the big difference between our game and the competition? Instead of filling the last couple minutes of the stream with this question, which we've been asked a number of times, I would just say go to YouTube if you're interested and search Cranked versus Descenders. It's a video that Brent Goes Fast did a while back. He likes both games, as we do. But he's familiar with both games, and he talks about how they're different. So if you're curious and you want to know from somebody who's actually played, just search Cranked versus Descenders on YouTube. You'll get a third person view of this question.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. And if you want the quick version, you could check out the first pinned post on our TikTok page, and that kind of has me explaining it. But I think it's better coming from a player who's not related to us, doesn't know us personally, just his honest opinions of us and Descenders.
And from somebody who likes Descenders, too.
But we'll just say, to sum it up, this game is all physics-based. It's free physics. If you've played MX Bikes, the controls are very similar to MX Bikes. You can throw the bike around, whip the bike around, do whatever you want. You're in full control. The game is not slippery. It's very planted and grippy. We're trying to simulate what real riding feels like while not trying to make it super hyper-realistic simulator. So it's definitely more sim-cadey than a game like MX Bikes. It's a lot easier to pick up than MX Bikes. It still has a massive skill depth, and you just saw me trying to race on the leaderboards, and I'm sitting in like 16th and can't get anywhere near the top guys. So that's kind of what we're going for. It's going to be an open mountain environment. So you can see here, this whole area is all, you can cruise around, explore. You can fly the drone, drop markers wherever you want with the drone, so you can spawn wherever you want. You can even drop ramps with the drone, so you can go find some like free ride spots or drop a big kicker, go session it. At the when we're done a couple years from now, this is going to be like a virtual bike park with lifts, people around here, buildings, a coffee shop. Thank you, Aaron. All kinds of fun stuff will be here. We talked earlier in the stream about the progression system and how that's all going to work, and it ties in. Like, you go up, you do challenges, you come down, you see the lift attendant, he stamps your pass, that you unlock new passes that unlock new lifts, and you unlock more of the mountain, and it's going to be a whole game. It's not just like jump in and race and whatever. There's, we're developing a whole game here, and we're just super early on, day 181. So give us a follow if you want to stay up to date on what we're doing. If you want to play the game immediately, you can join Patreon. You can go to patreon.com and search for Cranked, or you can go to the link in our bio. If you spend $5, you can download this game right now. You'll get the build I'm playing tomorrow. You'll get our previous build immediately. And if you stay subscribed, you'll continue to get updates. And if you end up spending $50, you'll be able to get a free Steam key when the game releases. If you cancel your subscription to Patreon, then you get to keep whatever build you got when you were subscribed, but you just won't get updates anymore. And I think that about sums it up. Did I miss anything, Brian?
I think you got it, man. I think you nailed it. It's almost like you've said that before.
Yeah.
Possibly. Angie Dan, thanks for the love, man.
One last time, let's show the new rider.
Yeah, this is a good one for, I noticed that, let's see how he said his name. Nehemiah said, every time he joins a live, it's the same thing. What's new? We usually drop new things when we do these lives, actually. We try to. For example, today we showed the rider, so that was quite new. The first sort of getting close to finish rider we have in the game. It's something new we've done today.
Yeah. Aaron, did you suggest Riley? Who suggested Riley as the name? I like the name Riley. That's a good name.
James Abela, thank you for the follow.
So that's the new.
Pumpkin latte, thank you.
The new rider. But that's going to be it for
Miles,
today.
thanks for the follow.
That was me, Aaron. Aaron suggested Riley for the rider's name. I kind of like it. It's kind of gender neutral, I think, too, which is nice. What do you guys think of Riley? Any votes in chat?
I like Riley.
Full release by 2027, hopefully. I hope so. Hopefully within 2027.
Yeah.
Julian
Who's
says,
the
yeah, that's a
developer?
Riley.
The Fog is coming. Ask who the developer is. We're called Session Syndicate. We were founded by Joe and I, plus 2 others, Tobias and Mike. 3 of us are also owners of Turborilla, who makes Mad Skills Motocross, Mad Skills BMX, those mobile games, if you know those.
Guys, I know we're at 69 new followers, and you probably want to keep it there on TikTok, but if anyone there is not following us, let's get like one quick round of a bunch of follows at the end here to close us off. We would appreciate it. But that's it. Tomorrow will be a fun day. We'll release a new build. I'm going to wait for Cedric to polish up some new tracks today, new trails, and then when he's done with the new trails, early morning tomorrow, I'm going to fire up a build, release it to everyone. We'll have a fun day tomorrow with a leaderboard reset, and we get to get out there. Maybe I'll get on there early and get first place times. That'll get beaten in about 10 seconds. But
Robin the Goat, thanks for coming through there at the end there. And Fog is coming, says he's played Mad Skills Motocross and BMX. Very nice. Very cool. Lots of people did, or have, or still do in some cases.
yeah, and thanks Angio Dan for all the gifts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can download the game. Go to our Patreon. It's $5. Patreon.com/crank. That's going to end it for today. We'll see you guys next time. I'll probably stream again. I don't know. Maybe this weekend I'll fire up a stream, and then we'll see you every Thursday. Thanks for hanging out. Brian, any last minute words?
Just thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend coming up, and hope everybody's feeling good today. See you next time.
Yeah.